It's the end of a decade.
How?
Welcome to From Center Ice, the podcast. This is Courtney.
I'm Jacqueline.
And we are on episode 27.
Wow.
Yeah. And tomorrow's New Year's Eve.
I don't like that.
And the next day is New Year's Day.
Which means it's 2020.
2020.
2020!
Maybe you'll be able to see 2020.
Nah, I got bad eyes.
I'm going to be making 2020 puns all year long.
I need you to stop already.
Oh, come on. They're great. It's going to be amazing.
I can see them coming like I have 2020 vision.
No, that one didn't work.
Come on!
Oh, boy. So since it's the end of a decade, we're going to talk about what a decade of hockey it's been.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, but before that, we've had some recent games to chat about, some nonsense, and we'll start off with some housekeeping.
As we do.
As we do. So if you would like to get in touch with us or correct me on anything that I say wrong, you can email us at vfcenterice@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter at vfcentericepod, Instagram at FromCenterIcePod, and if you could, we would appreciate it if you would subscribe and send us a rating on iTunes. Even if you don't listen to podcasts on there, it helps us grow. And another way to help us grow is to send us to your friends.
Yeah.
Just package us up and send us off as a link to your friends, because that's how it works.
Right.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
Get it.
From Center Ice is a Rockford Buzz production. Rockford Buzz is an online resource for the community featuring a calendar of events, local business directory, positive news stories, and more. Just search Rockford Buzz in the Google Play Store or Apple App Store and follow along on Instagram and on Facebook. So, if before Friday night, it felt like we hadn't been to a game in about a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really know why, because it's not the case.
How long had it been? Like a week?
Well, let me take a little look-see. But it felt like it had been a while, and
I was really looking forward to going to a game.
you were. And I said I wasn't quite looking forward to that one.
But all day, I was just like, I got a nice
Yeah.
Hogs game tonight. I'm satisfied.
It was only 6 days, so the one before that was
not
on the
even a week?
21st. Yeah.
Wow. It felt like a lot
It
longer than
did.
that.
But I guess because the holidays were in between. And
That'll
whatnot.
do it.
It will. Makes everything seem longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Kevin was in net.
Yeah, he was.
And on the first shift of the game, the Ice Hogs won the draw.
Mm-hmm.
They go down. They have a nice little nifty 2-on-1 chance.
Yeah.
And they don't score.
Nope.
So Iowa gets the puck back. They go down to our end of the ice, and they score a goal right away.
Yeah, they do. Like 20-some seconds in, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it was ugly, and it just kept getting uglier from there.
Oh, you mean how they scored 2 goals in less than a minute?
Yeah, that one.
The first minute?
The first minute of the game.
First
we really
minute.
should have just left after that.
Yeah, because it just got worse from there.
It did. They also should have pulled Kevin after that.
Yes, not even saying it was his fault.
Not at all.
Oh my god. It was just so bad.
They needed a shakeup. It wasn't Kevin's fault.
No.
I wouldn't blame him for any of the goals scored, really. Even if he could have had the game just the way it was going. I'm not going to really blame anybody except the officials for this one.
Bro.
And we're usually not ones to do that.
No.
Because the officiating always sucks, but it usually always sucks both ways.
Right.
But this one was rather
A
one-sided.
little different.
I didn't even care to look up how many penalties were called on the Hogs because it would have just made me so angry all over again.
Yeah.
But it seemed like they were just in and out of the box.
Constantly.
Like there was
The entire game.
barely any time that they were playing at even strength.
Uh-huh.
And they were all bogus. Not all of
Not
them.
all.
Okay. That's exaggerating. But a lot of them were rather bogus calls or plays that you'll see every game, every shift even, that go uncalled because it's hockey.
Right.
But they were calling it on the Hogs on Friday. And it was just... we just kept getting more and more angry, and the building just kept getting more and more angry. And they ended up losing 6-2. Thankfully, they did score 2 goals, so it wasn't a shutout, because those are even worse to witness. And the worst part, I think, is they weren't even playing that badly.
No, they actually looked like they had some life.
Clearly, you can't play well and lose 6-2, but they weren't necessarily playing badly. It's just that they were shorthanded so often that whenever they would get a momentum swing their way, it's like they were called for a penalty. So then that kills any momentum that they had, and then they have to kill a penalty, and then they have to regroup and come back and try to get it back together, and then they would get some momentum, and then there'd be a penalty. And it was just the same thing over and over and over again.
If I'm reading this correctly, there were exactly 20 penalties. 20 penalties called that game.
Between both teams?
Yes.
Wow. That's too many. That's like football level. That's not acceptable.
No. It was just constant.
It was. It killed, like I was saying, any momentum that the Hogs had. It killed any enthusiasm that the crowd had.
Oh my god. There was more chirping of the officials than there was of the other team.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even Iowa's fault at that point.
No.
It was literally the officials.
My
it was
voice
insane.
was so hoarse after the game from yelling at the officials so much. Well, quote unquote, yelling at the officials. They can't hear me from 2 or 3.
Right. No, but there was a lot of chants in their direction.
Yes, and they were loud.
It's very loud.
I was impressed.
Yes.
I was impressed. Yes. The crowd really got into that. It was Jersey
Youth Jersey night.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of children in attendance.
Yeah.
I don't think the parents behind us were very happy.
Whoops. Well.
But, there's only so much we can do, especially when the game is going that way.
I can promise you the children have heard worse.
Yes. But the kid behind us, did you hear that he was kind of copying us?
I did, and I thought it was really funny. Yeah, that was good. But I can promise you they've heard worse.
Yeah.
We don't say the worst things while we're there. Like,
this game was a little different, though.
It was. I mean, we swear, but we could be saying worse things.
Oh, for sure.
I will say
that. For sure.
It's not like we threaten anybody or
No.
anything like that, and we never yell at the crowd.
No.
Just at the idiot refs that could not have possibly be sucking Iowa's dick any harder if they tried.
That's the one.
That's all. And if I couldn't send a child home with that knowledge, then I have done a service to my community.
Beautiful.
To be fair, it wasn't all us. There was also Adam sitting across the aisle from us.
He was also a big part of that.
Exactly. So this was not all on us. And if parents don't want their children hearing naughty things, they shouldn't take them to sporting events. Because sporting events are full of naughty things.
Correct.
Like the officials on Friday.
Yes.
They were very naughty. And they needed to never work another game ever again. I swear they just picked these people off the street. Like, hey, can you fit into this pair of skates? Cool, you want to be a ref?
Wear some stripes?
Yeah, it's just some person walking to their job. And it's like, hey, we need you on the ice.
So bad. So bad.
Yeah, that's how it seemed.
So bad.
I don't really know what else to say about that game. It was just dumb. I couldn't
There were 2 fights.
There were. That was exciting.
Osipov and Kramarosa, yep.
Yeah.
And then there was
fun.
After the third period buzzer.
Oh, yeah.
Little scuffle as well.
Yeah, so they got called for a penalty at 20 minutes of the third period.
They got unsportsmanlike conduct.
Fuck off. Who was it?
It was Nick Motry.
Oh, my God. Whatever.
I don't blame him.
Me either.
And then there was the bullshit Nathan Knoll slew-footing call that he got suspended for.
My ass.
Yeah.
It wasn't slew-footing, it was a hit.
It was a hit. It was a clean hit. And then he got ejected because the dumbass ref decided to get involved.
Yeah, and
tripped and called him for that. Stupid.
That was just so stupid. Bad. I'm willing to admit when my team takes penalties because every team does it.
Right.
And of course they took some in this game that were validly called.
Of course.
But there were so many that were just utter horseshit that... and there were so many missed ones on Iowa. It was just crazy.
It was just bad all around.
I couldn't even be mad at the outcome of the game, really, because it was just...
I didn't even care that we were losing.
Yeah, it was just one of those games where literally everything goes not your way.
Yes.
And so I was like, what else are they supposed to do? I'm surprised they looked as good as they did, because I would have just been pissed and disheartened, and I would have been trying to fight everybody inside.
Yes! Like, that's just dangerous.
Yeah. But they somehow kept it together.
Yeah, they...
Mostly.
I mean, way more than I would have been.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Intense, to say the least.
Poor Kevin.
Poor Kevin! He deserves... All of them deserve so much better than that game. But especially poor little Kevin.
I'm just mad his stats will take a hit for this one.
Right?
Yeah. And then they came back Sunday. Well, they didn't come back. They played in Manitoba.
Yeah.
And they lost 3-2.
Yeah.
Colin was a nut for that one. I didn't watch it. I was thinking about watching it, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do laundry instead. So I don't really know how they played, but they lost. It was tied 1-1 for a while, and then I feel like Manitoba got 2 quick ones.
Yeah.
And then
that's typically
the Ice Hogs had to play catch up.
We get real vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like, after we get scored on once.
Yeah. It's like the floodgates open.
Exactly. It's like we let one in and then we're like... we let one in and then we're like, well, shit.
Well, now that we let one in, we might as well let another one in, because why not?
Well, shit, we just can't stop anything.
No. But why would we want to stop a puck? Gosh. So yeah, I would rather them go back to the winning every other game streak they were on, rather than this losing 3 in a row that they're on now.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
I don't like this at all. They play again tomorrow, again against Manitoba. Who do you think's going to be in net? They've both lost the last 2 games.
It's got to be back to Kevin, right?
Maybe.
What's the game after that?
The game after that, I feel, is back at home, unless they play one before the 5th. Oh, they do. At Iowa on Friday, and then against Chicago at the BMO on Sunday. And it's a skate with the Hogs tonight.
Oh, you want to do that?
I do.
Okay.
We haven't done the other 2, so I figure we might as well do the last one of the season.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Manitoba tomorrow, Friday in Iowa. Do they give Kevin the revenge game against Iowa, or do they let Colin try it out?
I think they keep up the every other game. So.
Yeah? Until they win?
Well, that would put Kevin back in net for Chicago.
It would. Unless he wins tomorrow, then I'm assuming they would give him the game on Friday.
You think?
I would guess so. I don't
Load
see why
management.
There's 2 days in between.
I don't know. I'm just going to say every other game still.
Alright, so that would be Kevin tomorrow.
God, tomorrow is New Year's Eve, huh?
Yeah, I said that.
I know you did, but it just isn't registering.
Do you have to work tomorrow?
Oh, no.
That's good.
Yeah.
You never know with normal desk jobs.
No, I got the next 2 days off.
Wow!
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
You gonna sleep all day?
Possibly.
So, the one good thing that happened while we were at the game on Friday is it didn't happen in Rockford, obviously, because nothing good happened. But in the Blackhawks game against the Islanders, Gilbert got his first goal.
I was like, where are you going with this? What happened? I don't remember any good things.
Dennis Gilbert got his first NHL goal.
He did!
Against the Islanders.
Yes.
It's so exciting.
Aww.
I'm so happy for him, and they're never coming back.
No.
Yeah, it's really not a surprise we've lost the last 3. I mean, the Hawks have Highmore, they have Sekura, they have Dennis, they have Boquist. Who else they got?
There's another forward, isn't there?
Quinville.
That's the one.
Yeah. So it's no wonder that we keep losing. They took all of our scores. What the hell?
Yeah.
And I don't see it changing anytime soon because Shaw's not close to being back.
Mm-hmm.
And then Seabrook and DeHaan are out for the
season.
So they both had right shoulder surgery on the same day.
Mm-hmm.
And DeHaan's
Timetable?
recovery time is the rest of the season. So he's out for the whole season. And then Seabrook, he's getting both hips worked on too.
At some point.
And so then they'll update his timetable after that, but...
They're both expected to be okay by training camp, but with both hips and a shoulder...
Both hips and a shoulder.
I can't imagine Siebes is going to be back that fast.
Calling a little bit of BS.
Yeah, there's no way. And if he does, that's just not smart.
It's not...
Give him time, dude.
I don't...
Like, he's a warrior, yeah, obviously. That's why he needs these surgeries, but...
Right.
Man... Give him time.
My cat's back to yelling on the podcast.
Because you're strangling him.
I am not. I'm just holding him.
Yeah, well, he thinks differently.
He thinks he's tortured, and he's so spoiled.
I know. You live such a hard life. You poor thing.
Stop it. Yeah, but I hate to say it just because of what he's meant to the organization, but it seems like maybe it's on the way to them just... LTIRing him for good.
How old is he? 34? 35?
Yeah, 34 or 35.
Mm.
Both hips and a shoulder.
He's got 4 years left on his contract?
Yep.
That's rough.
It is.
Real rough.
It's been done before.
Oh, for sure.
People coming back from all those surgeries and playing out their contracts, but I don't know. Maybe it's their way to get out from under it.
I mean, he's got to think about his actual life, too. Like, he's got young kids.
He's got young kids. If he doesn't retire, he's still making a boatload of money.
Oh, yeah.
And it would only really screw over the Hawks in the summer because there's no LTIR in the summer.
Right.
So they'd have to be kept compliant on the first day of the season. Mm-hmm. But you could always sign guys after game 1.
Yeah.
Could sign them to a PTO and then give them a contract after that. It's just... I don't know. I don't want to see him be done, but I want that contract gone.
I think that's how a lot of people feel.
Yeah. And I don't know why I was convinced DeHaan only had this year left on his contract.
Yeah, you had no idea.
No. And then we were looking at it the other day. I was like, he's still got 2 years left.
We signed him for 3.
It was just rather confusing to me. I was convinced this whole season he only had 1 year left. I was like, oh, well, this is cool. He's going to be gone after the year.
Nope.
And then he's injured, so that's it for DeHaan. But nope. So, I don't know. I hope... I guess I hope that he comes back.
DeHaan? Oh, no, Siebes. Yeah, I was like, of course.
Well, I want DeHaan to come back, but I don't know. It's him and that shoulder. It's not the first time.
DeHaan?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the shoulder that kept him out when he was with the Canes, right?
Yeah, and the Islanders.
Did he get surgery before, or was he just trying to rehab it?
I don't recall. But it's been the same shoulder every time.
Yeah, but if he didn't get surgery and all he did was try to...
I think he might have had surgery on it. So, I don't know.
No.
So if he keeps getting that right shoulder nailed, I mean, he's got to think of his future too. And
absolutely.
He could retire without as much monetary damage to himself, at least. So it'll be very interesting to see how this summer goes.
Yes.
That's for sure. And then there's Soup Boy up in Toronto.
Aw, hell yeah.
Yeah, he... got a skate to the hand. And what?
He sliced artery and some tendons.
Yeah.
Skated directly off the ice to the room.
To the hospital.
For surgery.
Yeah.
And he's out for at least 3 months.
And he's flying back to Toronto today, at least. So.
Yeah. That's
I just want to know where it got him, because
unfortunate.
in the video it looked like it was the top of the hand, but that's where all the padding's at, so it couldn't have been that.
It had to have been either, like, lower palm,
Yeah.
I would say. Like, on the side of the lower palm.
Right.
I don't know where the arteries are in the hand.
Me either. So maybe it got him, like, above the glove on the top of the hand, or it just wasn't the top at all.
They didn't say wrist. They said
No.
hand. Baby, what is wrong with you?
He just freaked himself out.
Stop. Cats, man.
Oh, gosh.
But, yeah, it was his right hand, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where the arteries are either.
I don't know.
Either way, this is just really disheartening, because he was having such a good season
Yes,
for the
and
Leafs.
he was a rookie, right?
I believe so. It was at least his first year out of Russia. I don't know
Man.
how old he is exactly.
He came out flying, too. He's
He
on the
did.
line with John Tavares.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just all rather unfortunate.
it is. It is.
Are you looking up the body?
I am.
You're gonna find out
like to
where the
see-
arteries are.
Would like to see where the blood goes.
Where the blood goes.
Circulatory system. That's the one.
That's the blood.
This is the right. Whoa,
Whoa, you
we're
turned the body.
We're turning.
This is
What-
great
what-
podcasting. We're looking at a body spinning on a screen. Which ones are the arteries? Are they the red ones or the blue ones?
There should be. Arteries gotta be red, right?
I don't know. I'm guessing it
doesn't
has to be on the side of the hand then, because that's where most of them appear to be.
Absolutely.
Well, that's just rather unfortunate and painful.
Yeah. I don't know how to move in this app.
I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Maybe-
probably the side of the hand.
This. Yeah.
Ugh, there
Ah.
was... Apparently there was a lot of blood on the ice. I didn't see it in any of the replays that I saw, thankfully.
Yeah. No, I was actually looking for it, like
Yeah.
to see if there was blood on the ice.
Me
They
too.
Said that they were like shoveling up a trail of blood, but I
Yeah.
didn't see anything.
Me either. It was very odd.
So, yeah.
So who knows? Speaking of ice, did you know ice is cold?
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta keep it cold for it to be ice.
You do?
You do.
You can't turn a heater on
no
it.
matter what you may want for your personal comfort, it's gotta be cold.
I don't believe you.
Are you dense?
Yes. Like ice when
Or
it's
no,
cold.
I'm dense.
Yeah, you're the
because
dense one.
I believe
So
that ice needs to be cold.
we got blocked in the season ticket holder group. There was an argument about the temperature in the arena, and I like to stir the pot a little. I'm pretty sure you just got blocked out of proxy because of me.
I don't know. She was pretty upset with me for just, stating facts about ice.
Yeah,
You were a little snarky.
I know.
Which is fine.
When I started commenting, I was like, I'm gonna get blocked. And then I did.
Just surrendered yourself to the fact.
I think I was trying to,
Oh, you were.
in a way. You said hockey is cold, brr.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you told her to chill, and I said she is
She
chilled.
is. That's the problem.
And I really wish I just could have gotten a screenshot of it.
Because,
it
okay.
was brilliant.
They have turned down the temperature a couple of degrees in the arena this season.
I haven't noticed it.
I've noticed it's been a little colder. I just thought I was being a baby. It's fine.
It's ice!
Confirmed by one of the... What? Did I take my... I took my steps by waving my arms around.
Oh.
Okay.
Very
What is that called?
emotive.
Emotive. Okay, yeah. I'm being very emotive.
With your hands.
But it was confirmed by somebody that works in the arena.
Mm-hmm.
The boys, the team requested that it be colder.
Because you don't want
You need-
soft ice.
Right. They need the ice to be harder.
You can get ankle injuries.
There's a lot of things that can happen when the ice
or
isn't
you
hard
could toe
enough.
pick and get a face injury.
Exactly. There's a lot of bad things. So yes, it's been colder in the arena. It is hockey. We are in a room
Full of
where
ice.
the floor is ice.
Yeah.
It needs to be cold.
Yeah.
And that's just all there is to it. It needs
That was probably...
the dumbest argument I've ever been in.
I was going to say, it's probably one of the weirder ones I've been in
Yeah.
on that Facebook group.
Yeah. We've been in a lot of them.
We have the...
I just want to know how many people have us blocked
Me
in that
too.
group.
Me too. I'm trying to remember some of the other good ones.
Other arguments or things that you said?
Arguments.
Okay.
The other good thing that I said in that argument that you reminded me of, because I totally forgot, was maybe Rosemont would be better for her.
Rosemont.
At Allstate, because she lives in the burbs, and yeah, so I told her to be a Wolves fan.
Maybe they keep their arena a little warmer.
They've got fire at
They
the beginning,
do.
so you
Lots
can
of
warm up real nice. Let's see, what are the other arguments that there's been? Oh, person who said that they wanted to get rid of their season tickets because of the yelling at the away team being introduced to the arena. So if you haven't been to an Ice Hogs game, they announce the starting lineup for the away team, and after each name is announced, a majority of the arena yells, "Sucks." So it would be like, Bennington sucks. You and I aren't ones who participate in it. We just choose not to.
Yeah.
But this person said that they didn't agree with it, and they would consider getting rid of their season tickets. And we just said, don't participate if you don't like it, because we don't, and perfectly fine. And they said that by just being there, we are participating. Complicit. Yeah, that was a good one. Arguing about points being the determining factor of a player's effectiveness.
Oh, God, don't bring this up again. No.
When it came to Mark McNeil.
Numbers are not everything.
They're not. I was very heated over that.
Oh, yes. Mark McNeil was not good in Rockford. I don't care what anyone says.
At least his last season or season and a half there, he had his time as an Ice Hog.
Yes.
But he overstayed his welcome.
Agreed.
And the Hawks traded him because he wasn't good. So
he did not pass the eye test.
So I was right again. There's just been so many. I like stirring the pot in that group because it's so easy to make people mad.
Oh, yeah.
It just it brings a smile to my face. It shouldn't, but it does.
You just want to see the world burn.
I do. That's why I wanted Tampa to do real bad in the playoffs last year, and then they got swept. Oh, it's just beautiful, you know?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. You know who else wants to see the world burn? NBC Sports.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that?
So they released their top 10 players of the decade list.
Oh, they did. They did do that.
Did you see it?
I did.
Okay. So the decade being 2010 to 2020, I would believe.
Typically.
Yeah. So I guess it would be the 09-10 season to the 19-20 season.
Right.
In that amount of time, let's see. The Stanley Cups have been 2010, the Hawks. 2011, it was the Bruins. 2012, it was the... Who was it? The Kings. It was the Kings. 2013, it was Chicago. 2014, it was the Kings. 2015, it was the Penguins. 2016...
2015, it was not the Penguins.
It was the Hawks. 2016, it was the Penguins. I was getting ahead of myself. 2017, it was the Penguins. 2018 was the Caps. And last year, it was the Blues.
Blech.
So there has been a large chunk of dominance by a couple teams there. Yeah, so the top 10 players of the decade, according to NBC Sports. I'll start at number 10. We'll work our way up.
Yes, good way to do it.
10. Zdeno Chara.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
Sure.
Boston's been good the entire decade. Okay. He's been their captain the entire time. Yeah. He's always been a steady force on the back end. I will not argue with them on that choice. Number 9. Steven Stamkos.
Is there recency bias here?
There might be. He's always been a good sniper.
Right. Top 10 worthy, though?
There's an argument to be made.
Okay.
So I will accept him at number 8. Or at number 9, I mean. At number 8, Andrei Kopitar. Again, the 2 cups for the Kings.
Kings.
It's not surprising.
Right.
7, Henrik Lundqvist. Not going to argue that. One of the best goalies in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the poor Rangers will never win him a cup. 6, Evgeny Malkin.
Mm-hmm.
Can't argue with that. Penguins. Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
5, Connor McDavid.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't even played the entire decade.
No, but...
He is the best player in the world at this moment. I will
Human cheat
give
code,
him
yes.
that. I would maybe put him at 11.
Okay.
Just because he hasn't played as much as some of the other guys on this
Right.
list. Number 4, Patrice Bergeron. All right. Perennial Selke guy.
Yeah.
Bruins. 3, Erik Karlsson. Number 3,
Why?
Erik Karlsson.
Why?
Hasn't ever won anything. Definitely had a few years of being the best defender. And,
right, but like, where does he come from on this list? Like, a lot of these make sense. This
maybe
one, not
if
so
he
much.
hadn't played in Ottawa for most of his career, he would have done a little better.
I will agree with that.
I mean, he was their best player. He was the captain. He definitely had his couple of years of dominance.
For
Now he
sure.
sucks and has a very big contract in San Jose. Not number 3, maybe 12.
Yeah.
Maybe. 2, Alex Ovechkin. You're not going to find an argument from me. And number 1, Sidney Crosby. Again, not going to find an argument from me on Sid.
Right.
But that list as a whole.
As a whole. That's something.
All right, I'll do it quicker. So, going from 10 to 1.
Okay.
Zdeno Chara, Steven Stamkos, Andrei Kopitar, Henrik Lundqvist, Evgeny Malkin, Connor McDavid, Patrice Bergeron, Erik Karlsson, Alex Ovechkin, Sidney Crosby. I think somebody's missing.
You think?
I think so.
Like 3 cups worthy?
Like Patrick Kane?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that if Erik Karlsson's on this list, Duncan Keith should be on this list.
Right.
Because he's got 3 cups and also a Norris Trophy. Erik Karlsson hasn't done anything worthwhile.
I'm so confused. What is their criteria for this list?
I don't know.
I've never understood any of their lists, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure they make them just to get reactions.
Quite possible. It wouldn't...
That would make sense.
Yeah,
because you will get...
from a marketing standpoint.
Yes. But you look stupid at the same time.
Agreed.
So, like, to the general public, you look really dumb.
Mm-hmm.
To people who understand marketing and clicks and all that, like, yeah, you're gonna get a rather large reaction there.
Right.
I just feel like we've been catapulted back into the summer of podcasting when we had to go over all
these goddamn
dumb
lists.
that didn't make any sense.
It was the dark times.
It was the dark times of this podcast, you know, when we first started. There was the dark era.
It was our great idea to start a hockey podcast in the off-season.
It sounded like a good idea to start it at the draft.
It did.
Our first episode was the night of the draft when they took King Curbs.
King Curbs.
I was rather upset about it that
You
night.
were.
I agree with it now.
Yeah,
which I conceded
Kirby
a few weeks back, if it wasn't last
I need to
week.
re-listen to that first episode
Don't
again.
do that. Don't do that.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, NBC, you have upset me. How do you leave Patrick Kane off of the top 10 players of
the decade?
The decade.
He's obviously accomplished some things.
Like, if you're gonna have Connor McDavid on there, shouldn't Nikita Kucherov be on there?
Theoretically.
I'm confused. And if Erik Karlsson is on there, like I said, Duncan Keith should be on there.
Right.
So, no. No, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this at all. It's stupid. Sid and Ovechkin should definitely be on there.
Oh, for
Bergeron should be on there. Malkin should be on there. Lundqvist, no arguments. The rest of them, debatable.
Mm-hmm.
Karlsson shouldn't be on there at all, actually. Kane should be number 3.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I would put him
Obvious.
behind Sid and Ovechkin.
It seems obvious.
Yeah. Sidney was the best player in the world until McDavid came along.
Like, not even being a homer, but,
No.
like, it's Patrick fucking Kane.
Ovechkin's the best goal scorer maybe in history of the league.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you adjust for era and
Right.
whatnot. Yeah, so thanks NBC for making us talk about another list because that was rather dumb. And then you added ESPN's top 100 NHL players of the decade.
Which is also interesting.
I didn't look at it.
You haven't looked at it at all.
I haven't looked at it.
Okay.
All I looked at was who wrote it, which was Greg Wyshynski.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that it starts at 100.
Yeah, it does.
So, oh gosh. Let's just settle in here to go over the top 100. He does at least explain his reasonings. I'm not going to read all of them because then
That
we'll just
would be the entire podcast.
we will have another podcast of me just reading an article.
Yeah, we don't need that.
No. So I will go over 100 to 1, and maybe if there's a weird one, I will read his reasons.
There are some weird ones.
Oh boy. Okay. Feel free to interject whenever you would wish. All right. At number 100, we have Alexander Semin of the Washington Capitals. 99, Torrey Krug of the Boston Bruins. 98, Jaromir Jagr. That is very low for Jaromir Jagr.
Right.
Okay. 97, Justin Williams. Also very low for Justin Williams. 96, Thomas Vanek. I would put Justin Williams and Jaromir Jagr above Thomas
There's a
Vanek.
lot of places you're going to want to switch around.
Oh, boy. Okay. 95, John Gibson. 94, Mikko Rantanen. 93, Mitch Marner. 92, Mark Scheifele. 91, TJ Oshie. 90, Ryan McDonough. 89, Mikko Koivu, who should be way up that list. Wow, okay. 88, Ilya Kovalchuk. Oh boy, okay.
Oh.
87, Andrei Vasilevsky. 86, Marian Gaborik. 85, Jeff Carter. 84, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. 83, Rick Nash. 82, Zach Parise. 81, Patrick Marleau. I saw what was coming. 80, Dustin Byfuglien. 79, Gabriel Landeskog. 78, Corey Crawford, goaltender for the Chicago Blackhawks.
The fuck is he this low on this list?
All right, the Blackhawks netminder backstopped them to 2 Stanley Cups, including a .932 save percentage and a 1.84 goals against average in 2013. He was also 6th in even strength save percentage for the decade.
And
with
that still
a
lands
926.
him
At 78.
78.
All right, we'll see what goaltenders are ahead of him.
Okay.
I'm sure there's more in here.
Okay.
I would put Henrik above Corey,
Oh, of course.
but I'm sure there's other ones coming.
Be ready to be a little upset.
Oh boy. It's Carey Price. I swear to God. Okay. 77, Keith Yandel. 76, Ryan Ellis. 75, Max Pacioretty. 74, David Krejci. Ben Bishop! He hasn't won shit! Okay. 73, Ben Bishop. 72, Philip Forsberg. 71, Logan Couture. 70, Jerome McGinley, who also needs to be way higher. Okay. 69, Jacob Voracek. 68, Frederick Anderson? Oh.
Of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Formerly of the Anaheim Ducks when Corey beat them in the playoffs.
Also that.
Okay. 67? 67?
Baby's coming to check on you. Like, are you okay?
Oh, I feel sick. 67 is Marian. 67
He didn't even make top 50.
is Marian Hossa.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
On this list.
Okay. 66, Leon Draisaitl. 65, Eric Stahl. 64, Artemi Panarin. He is above Hossa and Corey. Okay. Right. He's also
Not
only...
on the Columbus Blue Jackets anymore.
Yeah, he's not on the Blue Jackets anymore, Wish. Alright. Okay, 63, Roman Josi, also famous for not winning shit. 62, Blake Wheeler. 61, Alex Pietrangelo, who finally has a fucking cup.
Yeesh.
60, Mark-Edouard Vlasic. 59, Tim Thomas. He had one good playoff run. Oh, God.
I'm so glad you didn't look at this list before
Oh, my God. Oh, boy. He won 70 games from 2010 to 2012. Good for fucking him. Oh, Jesus. Okay. 58.
We're not even in top 50 yet.
We're not. I'm tired. 58, Alexander Barkov. 57, Henrik Zetterberg. 56, Ryan O'Reilly. Matt Duchene is above Marian Hossa at 55. Of course, Daniel and Henrik Sedin are right next to each other at 53 and 54. They also need to be a lot higher. I highly dislike them, but I cannot discount what they have done. Roberto Luongo at 52. Okay. 51, Johnny Gaudreau. 52, Rask. 49, Jack Eichel. 48, Shea Weber. 47, Pecorine, who hasn't won shit.
Notorious for choking in the playoffs.
Oh, God. Okay. 46, Ryan Suter. 45, Austin Matthews. 44, David Pasternak. 43, Tyler Seguin. 42, Marc-Andre Fleury. Okay. 41, John Carlson. 40, Nathan McKinnon. 39, Mark Stone. 38, Phil Kessel. If we're just going by the decade, Phil should be a lot higher. Okay. 37, Joe Thornton should also be a lot higher. 36, fuck Corey Perry. Are you kidding me? 35, Ryan Getzlaff. 34, oh no.
I was waiting.
Oh no. 34, Jonathan Quick.
You want to read his little
Okay.
paragraph there?
Alright, Greg Wyshynski has to say about Mr. John Quick. There's no denying Quick's success. He was 4th in the decade in wins with 296, all with the Kings. He led the playoffs in save percentage and goals against average in capturing the Conn Smythe in their 2012 Cup win, then backstopped another Cup team in 2014. He was 7th in goals saved above average per 60 minutes, but he was tied for 24th in even strength save percentage. He won the Jennings twice, was a Vezina finalist twice. Don't let his recent struggles obscure his dominant decade of 2 good seasons of John Quick. Oh, God, he's so much higher than Corey.
So much.
Why?
Like 40 spaces.
Why
Oof.
does he get so... Why does nobody appreciate Corey Crawford? Why does nobody appreciate him?
I don't have the answer.
He has been one of the best goalies this decade.
But he's a Hertzie.
I'm not going to say of all time, that would be ignorant of me to say, but of this decade, he has been one of the best goaltenders.
It sure seems undeniable, but there's plenty of people out there denying it.
He's won 2 cups. He won the Jennings with Ray in 2013. He should have been a Vezina finalist somewhere along the way, but again, always getting screwed. He should have won the Conn Smythe in 2013. Even Kane said so after he won the Conn Smythe. Oh, God. Okay. 33, Martin St. Louis. 32, Taylor Hall. 31, Jamie Benn. PK Subban. Okay. 29, John Tavares. 28, Braden Holtby. How is he above some of the other goalies on this list? I agree, he should be on it. He should not be above Fleury. He should not be above Luongo. He shouldn't be above Corey. I mean, there's that. 27, Brad Marchand. 26, Carey Price, who hasn't won fuck all in the NHL. I don't care what he's done on the national stage. He hasn't done shit in the NHL.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, and now he's making a lot of money, and it's a really bad contract. Alright, 25, Vladimir Tarasenko. 24, Zdeno Chara. 23, Chris Letang. 22, Nicholas Backstrom of the Washington Capitals, not the goalie for the Wild. 21, Sergei Bobrovsky. 20, Joe Pavelski. 19, Brent Burns. 18, Claude Giroux. 17, Drew Doughty. 16, Mark Giordano. 15, Jonathan Taves. 14, Nikita Kucherov. 13, Andrzej Kopitar. 12, Victor Hedman. 11, Pavel Datsyuk. 10, Duncan Keith. 9, Patrick Kane. 9? 9. Kane will end the 2010s as the decade's leading scorer in total points.
Ta-da!
Although his points per game average is 1.08, ranks him 4th overall. Woo! He's the best right wing of the decade, scoring 20 or more goals in every season. His run from 2015-16 to now is one of the best stretches for any scorer in the decade, with a 1.17 points per game average. Kane won the Hart Trophy in 2016 and the Conn Smythe in 2013, finishing 2nd in the decade in points per game average in the postseason, on ice, and all-decade performance, but one that was overshadowed at times off the ice with non-criminal disorderly conduct charge that was conditionally discharged after an incident with a cab driver in 2009 and a police investigation into a sexual assault allegation in 2015. Ugh.
I knew you were going to want to yell about some stuff.
Number 8, Steven Stamkos.
Yep.
7, Patrice Bergeron. 6, oh, that means Connor McDavid's still coming. He's still coming. 5, Henrik Lundqvist. Okay. 4, Erik Karlsson! Oh, fuck me. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. Yeah. 3, Alex Ovechkin. Okay. 2, Connor McDavid. Yep. 1, Sidney Crosby, which I won't argue with. That's the only one I agree with right there is Sid at number 1. Oh, God. I cannot. We're exiting out of this list.
Okay.
Wyshynski, you are very, very wrong.
Very, very wrong.
It kind of really perfectly segues into the final discussion we have for this week's episode, which is the decade of absolute dominant hockey of the Chicago Blackhawks. It's honestly ridiculous. So I would name the core as Jonathan Taves, Patrick Kane, what the fuck? Duncan Keith. I couldn't remember his first name for a second. I'm so thrown off and upset. Brent Seabrook. And then, if you want to add more to that, there's Nicholas Hjalmarsson, Patrick Sharp, Marian Hossa. And I will give an honorable mention to Corey, because he won 2 of the cups. Yeah, so I decided, well, originally, my plan was to just go through each season of the decade and say where they finished and what their playoffs were like. And then I dove into Wikipedia a bit. That's where I got all my information. So if any of it's wrong, it's their fault. And they were telling me all the draft picks per year and the trades. And so I'm just going to go over the decade of Blackhawks hockey.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with the 2009 draft just because there were a lot of players that make an appearance later, even though 2009 was not a part of the decade. But if you include from today, it is still 2019, so 2009 was 10 years from this
Right, it's the season, not the...
Correct.
Not
so,
the year.
Yes. So the 2009 draft, with the first round pick, 28th overall, we took Dylan Olsen.
Okay.
In the second round, 59th overall, we took Brandon Peary. Noted Ice Hogs killer.
Yes.
Also noted one of the top scorers in Ice Hogs history.
Also that.
So, it goes both ways. In the third round, 89th overall, we took Daniel Delisle.
Okay.
Fourth round, 119th overall, Byron Frazee. Fifth round, 149th overall, we took Marcus Kruger. Sixth round, we took David Picon. Packing?
Pecan? Like the nut?
Pacing? Packing? I don't know. I have no idea who the hell this guy is. 7th round, we had 2 picks. We took Paul Phillips, never heard of him, and David Gilbert, never heard of him. So the way that Wiki had this laid out, they started their seasons from free agency until the draft.
Okay.
And I didn't like that.
Yeah.
So the way I laid it out was the start of the season until the start of the next season.
Okay.
So I will tell you how they did that season, where they finished the playoffs, their draft that year, and who they traded throughout from October until the next October. Right. And then the free agent signings, that same thing, you know?
Cycle.
Yeah. So if any of these don't make sense, it's because I either messed it up or it just gets confusing because some of the signings in like August and September, you're like, well, wasn't that for the next season? Yeah. But it's just how I'm counting it. So
okay.
The 2009-2010 season, they finished first in the Central with 112 points.
Wow.
They played Nashville in the first round, and they beat them in 6 games. And then they played Vancouver in the second round, beat them in 6 games. They swept San Jose in the third round. And then they won their first cup in 49 years, beating Philly in 6 games in overtime against Michael Leighton. And nobody knew the puck went in besides Patrick Kane. And it's my favorite radio call of all time, hearing...
It still makes me emotional.
Me too. Every time I listen to it, I tear up. So they won the cup the first season of this decade.
Yeah, they did.
Which was also when I became a fan of hockey.
Does that mean they're gonna close out the decade with a cup too?
If they pull a Blues and go from last to first. Yeah, so I became a fan of hockey right before the playoffs in 2010.
That's crazy.
You couldn't pick a better time to become a fan of the Blackhawks.
Right.
So I got to witness all of the greatness without any of the 49 years of pain before that.
Good on you.
I know. And part of it was because Rocky's dad, Dollar Bill Wirtz, just didn't show the games on TV.
Because he thought it would be bad for...
Attendance. He wanted people to come to the games, but nobody knew about it. Especially out here in Rockford, the Hawks really weren't a big thing. I don't remember ever really hearing about them growing up.
No.
So, you know, and then the Ice Hogs became affiliated with them in 2007. So that was only a few years before that, but I wasn't an Ice Hogs fan either because they also weren't very well promoted around here.
I had been to Ice Hogs games like when I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
But at that point they were part of the OHL, right? UHL.
Yeah. It was just a very weird time. We're only like an hour and a half from Chicago, depending on traffic and how fast you're driving.
Right.
And the Hawks just weren't really a big thing.
Not at all.
It was weird because my dad's been a fan like his whole life, but he wasn't able to watch games for the longest time, so he wasn't as big of a fan.
Exactly.
And
you
then
have to be able to be aware of the sport in order to like it.
Yeah. And then one night I was at his house, in the house we are in now currently.
This house.
Yep. And I was sitting at the top of the stairs right there, and he had a hockey game on the TV, and I was like, what is this? And I was hooked ever since. My first favorite player was Nicholas Hjalmarsson, and my second favorite player was Antti Niemi. So, and then I became hooked on goalies because they just look like big superheroes.
Yes. Yeah,
so they won the cup that year. And then we go to the 2010 draft, so right after they win the cup. In the first round, 24th overall, we take Kevin Hayes, who's got a big old contract in Philly right now.
Damn, that is him, huh?
It is. Yep.
The Kevin Hayes.
The one who didn't wish to sign with us out of college. Who I just read the other day, he had an injury his senior year of college.
Okay.
And apparently it could have been career-ending. I did not know that. So, yeah. In the second round, we had 2 picks. With the 35th overall selection, we went with Ludwig Rensfeldt.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
And 54th overall, we took Justin Hall, who is a Toronto Maple Leafs defender right now.
Sure is.
If we had just stuck it out,
we might have some defense.
we might have some defense. Speaking of just sticking it out with the defense. Oh, sorry, we had 3 second-round picks. The third one was 60th overall, Stephen Johns, who was one of my favorite Ice Hogs once I started going to games. And we'll get to his trade later down this list that I'm still upset about, and now he's been injured for so long, who knows if he's ever coming back. But I felt like he should have been the captain of the Ice Hogs. I felt like he could have been impactful on the Blackhawks, and then they traded him.
As they do.
And I threw my phone because I was real mad. In the third round, 90th overall, we took Joachim Nordstrom, who is now on the Bruins.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth round, 120th overall, we have Rob Flick. Sixth round, we had 2 picks. We took Mirko Hofflin and Nick Mattson. And then in the 7th round, 191st overall, we took Mac Carruth.
Oh, Mac.
Oh, Mac.
Oh, Mac. Damn, he was around that long?
Yep, the 2010 draft.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you miss Mac?
Not nut. I always said I wanted him to be a forward.
Yeah. What's your favorite memory of Matt Carruth?
Oh, man, his little bitch fits.
His little bitch fits?
I loved them. I hated them so much that I loved them.
Yeah, he was real mad. My favorite memory of Matt Carruth was Eric Gustafsson turning
not this one.
the puck over like 2 feet away
Right
from
in
him.
front of him.
With no other ice hog around except the 2 of them, and he just gifted the puck to the offensive player who ended up scoring on on Mac. Yeah.
Oh gosh, why?
So, that was my favorite.
That's not even Mac's fault.
No. So the trades that happened before the 2010-2011 season, we have Cam Barker to Minnesota for Kim Johnson and Nick Leddy. We have Joe Fallon to St. Louis for Hannu Toivonen.
Wow,
goalie.
what a name.
I know, and Danny Richmond. Future considerations to Anaheim for Nick Boynton, who became a defenseman on the Cup run. Then we have Byfuglien, Eager, Sopel, and Akeem Aliu to Atlanta.
That trade.
For Marty Riesener, Joey Crabb, Jeremy Morin, and a 2010 first, which was the Kevin Hayes selection. And a 2010 second, which was the Justin Hall selection.
Wow.
Yep. And then we have Colin Fraser to Edmonton for a 2010 sixth. And then I didn't even know this trade happened. So we sent a 2010 first round pick to the Islanders, which ended up being Brock Nelson.
Okay.
For a second round pick, which became Ludwig Rensfeldt.
That one.
And another second round pick that became Kent Simpson. Yeah, that wasn't a good trade.
No.
Then we have Chris Versteeg and Bill Sweat to Toronto for Victor Stahlberg, Chris DiDomenico, his first trip here, Philippe Paradis. Yep.
Okay.
And then Andrew Ladd to Atlanta for Ivan Vishnevsky and a 2011 second round pick, which turned out to be Adam Clendenning.
Paul.
Yeah, Paul. Paul Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan.
And then we have Marty Riesener to Florida for Jeff Taffy.
Jeff Taffy.
Yep. In the free agents we signed before the beginning of the next season were Rob Klinkhammer, Jonathan Carlson, Alec Richards, Marian Hossa, who was signed before 2010, obviously, because he won the Cup.
Right.
So the signings for these earlier seasons were a little weird because they didn't have the date on them. So for the last couple seasons in recent history, they had the date for the signing. They didn't for these ones, so some of them are a little jumbled.
Okay.
But these were just around the general time frame.
Right.
So Marian Hossa, Thomas Kopecky, who also won the Cup with the Hawks, John Madden, Richard Petiot,
okay,
Mark Cullen, Danny Boyes, Jason Collimore, Ryan Stanton, and Brandon Bolig. Then we have the 2010-2011 season, which was when I faced my first hockey heartbreak. The Hawks finished 3rd in the Central, 8th in the Conference. They lost in 7 games to Vancouver. And I will forever have the name Chris Campoli burned into my brain for turning the puck over.
Yep.
So we were losing that game, right? And then we tied it up. But when we were losing, I stopped watching. I was like, I don't want to see us lose Game 7, right? So I went upstairs. I was in this house again for this one. And then I came back down for overtime, and then I saw that. And that was my first hockey heartbreak.
That made the top 10 worst Chicago sports happenings of this decade.
Because it was.
Yeah. Yeah, it was not a good one.
I believe in that series they were actually down 3-0 to Vancouver and fought back to go to Game 7. Yeah. That was Corey's first playoff round.
Wow.
Yep. And we're back.
Whoops.
So, the trades that happened before the next season were Jack Skilly, Hugh Jesseman, and David Pacan. Pacan.
How do you spell that?
Pacan.
Pacan.
Pecan. Anyways, they went to Florida for Michael Frolik and Alexander Salak, goaltender.
Okay.
Frolik was probably one of the better pickups of the decade. And then we have Ryan Potulny, a 2011 second to Ottawa for Chris Campoli, and a conditional 7th in 2012. I wish we had never made that trade. Maybe we would have won the series. And then after the playoffs, we had Troy Brouwer to Washington for a first-round pick in 2011. We had Brian Campbell sent to Florida for Rostislav Olesh. Totally forgot that trade happened. Thomas Kopecky to Florida for a conditional 7th in 2012. A conditional 2012 7th. I wonder if that was the same one from Florida. To Buffalo for Steve Montador. Rest in peace, sir. Future considerations to the Islanders for Jonathan's brother, David Taves. And the free agents signed around that time were John Scott, goaltender Marty Turco,
John Scott?
The John Scott.
Okay.
Mathis Olim, Hugh Jesseman, Fernando Pisani, Ryan Potulny, Garnet Exelby, and Ryan Johnson.
Hockey names, man.
Seriously. All right, then we have the 2011 draft.
All right.
In the first round, we have 18th overall, Mark McNeil.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Not useless.
Oh, useless.
No.
26th overall, we have Philip Danault, who we sent to Montreal, which was probably one of the worst trades. In the second round, 36th overall, we have Adam Clendenning. In the second round, 43rd overall, we have Brandon Saad.
Okay.
In the third round, 70th overall, we have Michael Paliota. In the third round, 79th overall, we have Klaus Dahlbeck. Fourth round, we have Maxim Shalunov. Fifth round, Andrew Shaw. Sixth round, Sam Jardine. Seventh round, Alex Broadhurst. And also seventh round, Johan Matson.
Wow, we really do like to revisit old flames, huh?
We do. We do. So then we go into the 2011-2012
Get them,
season.
we trade them away, we bring them back.
Sure do. We need to stop doing that.
Yeah.
Because now Shaw's injured and probably just not coming back.
Ouch.
Yeah, and we sent some draft picks to Montreal for that, but we'll get to that one. So in the 2011-2012 season, we finished 4th in the Central and lost in 6 games to Phoenix and Mike Smith.
Mike Smith.
Oh, Mike Smith.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that where your hate began?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, the one where Shaw barely tapped him behind the net and he went down like he had gotten shot.
Oh, big old flopper.
That was the one. And then there was, oh God, what's his name? Oh, I think I blocked his name out because I hate him so much. Oh, it was right at the tip of my tongue. Oh, what is his name? Anyways, Marian Hossa got hit in the head and taken out on a stretcher. And I bawled my eyes out watching that happen. Oh, God, what was his name? I need to look it up just to explain my hate for him. Rafi Torres. Rafi Torres. I don't know how I forgot that name. I think I'm still upset over that top 100 list, honestly. Yeah, so then there was the Rafi Torres hit, and then that series went to a lot of overtimes, and people still hold that series over Corey's head, saying that he was really bad. And, like, you watch it back, and he wasn't great, but it was his second year in the league. And he made some really great saves in that series as well, so people need to shut up. And I feel like that's why he's never really gotten the respect he deserves.
Because of
that one playoff run. Totally discounting the two cups that he's won.
The actual cups, like the physical Stanley Cups that he has actually...
But that 2012 series against Phoenix, before they were the Arizona Coyotes, people always bring it up. I'm like, well, you get over it.
Yeah, he won 2 cups.
Yeah.
Since then. Like, not like he did
it's ridiculous.
2 cups and then was bad.
Right.
No, it was...
Yeah. It's absolutely maddening. So then we have the 2012 draft.
Okay.
In the first round, 18th overall, Teuvo Teravainen.
Aww.
Yep. Second round, Dylan Fournier, who medically retired. Big fucker. Yep. Medically retired. I don't remember why.
No.
Third round, Chris Kalnin, who never signed with the Hawks. 5th round, Garrett Ross.
Oh, gross.
Yep. The revenge porn guy.
Yeah, that one.
5th round, Travis Brown. I don't know who that is.
Not a clue.
6th round, which I didn't realize he was this late in the draft, was Vinny Hinostroza.
Really?
Yeah. I did not realize he was a 6th round pick.
2012?
Yep.
Wow.
And in the 7th round, we have Brandon Whitney. I feel like he was a goalie. I could be wrong. And then, also in the 7th round. It was just on the next page. This one also surprised me. I didn't realize he was drafted so long ago, but also so late in the draft. Matt Tompkins.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
7th round pick. 199th overall.
Wow, we've had him for a while, huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and now he's playing in the Spengler Cup for Canada.
Correct.
Yep, and we'll get him back at some point, and then maybe we'll start winning games again. The trades during that season were Rob Klinkhammer to Ottawa for a conditional 7th round pick in 2013. Brian Connolly to Calgary for Brendan Morrison. I totally forgot about that trade. Brandon Siegel to Tampa Bay for Matt Fornataro.
Oh.
Then we sent a 2013 second and 2013 third to Winnipeg for Johnny Oduya, which was also one of the better trades of the decade. Then John Scott to the Rangers for a 2012 5th round pick.
Okay.
The free agent signings, Jamal Mayers, who is now on our TV broadcast. Brett McLean, Andrew Brunette, who was old as shit when we signed him. Sean O'Donnell, who is also old as shit. Dan Carcillo, Sammy Lapisto, Brandon Siegel, Ray Emery, rest in peace, man. Carter Hutton, who is now the goaltender for the Buffalo Sabres. Terry Broadhurst, Sheldon Brookbank, who is now our assistant coach. Michael Roosevelt, Drew LeBlanc, and Antti Ranta.
Oh, Roosevelt.
Oh, Roosevelt.
Oh, you old slow turtle.
Oh, Roosevelt, the corpse on ice. God. And then there was Ranta, who we signed as a free agent and then gave up on, and now he's doing great for Arizona.
He is doing that.
Can't really say too much, though, because we have Corey and Robin now. But
I mean,
we could have really used him last year.
Last year?
When we had
Cameron
Ward.
Kenneth?
Yeah. And the rotation of Forsberg and Delia.
Oh, God. Oh, God, don't remind me.
It was dark times last year.
Dark times.
And then we have the 2012-2013, well, really only the 2013 season, because it was lockout shortened. Oh, I remember that season. I was in college. I really don't know how I survived. I was on Tumblr, like, every night, like, give me news. Give me news, please. And then there was Podium Watch. Oh, my gosh.
Podium watch.
Hashtag podium watch.
What does that do?
So there was they were meeting, like, all the time, the Players Association and the NHL, right?
That's how you get out of a lockout.
Correct. And then at one point there was, like, an NHL podium set up. Like, there was going to be a press conference.
Right.
And so everybody's like, what is the podium for? Is the lockout going to be over? And it was just all over the internet, just hashtag podium watch. And people were like, what is it for? And I'm pretty sure I clicked on it a couple months ago, and it was still active with people remembering podium watch.
Podium watch.
That was one of the weirder memories in my hockey fandom. Was podium watch and that fucking lockout. And living in Chicago for college, I got the Wolves games on TV. Mm-hmm. So I watched a lot of Chicago Wolves games.
Out of desperation.
And that's back when they were Vancouver's affiliate. So I got to watch Eddie Lack.
Who was the Hawks affiliate before us?
Norfolk. The Norfolk Admirals. Yeah.
Huh.
Corey played for them for a little bit.
Interesting.
Yep. So, yeah, that was a dark time. There wasn't a
When you were forced to watch Chicago Wolves games?
Yeah. Yes. It was only good because the Ice Hogs played them so often. So.
Right.
And then I would listen to the radio broadcast of Ice Hogs games.
Oh, welcome to my world.
Yep. And hear Mike Peck calling the games.
Oh, man.
I know.
Oh, man.
I know. I know. It's really weird to think about all the things
that
have happened
buddies.
in a decade. I know, now we're buds.
That's crazy.
It is. Oh, God, that was a time. That was a time. I didn't end up going to any Wolves games. I could have, but I went to a charity game that was put on by a bunch of NHL players at Allstate.
Okay.
Taves was there, Kane was there, Craig Anderson was there, Nicholas Backstrom, the goaltender, was there. Mm-hmm. Brian Campbell was there. I can't remember who else. It was a bunch of Chicago guys and, like, guys from Chicago, like Craig Anderson.
Right.
And they just wore, like, plain jersey. I think it was for McDonald's house.
Ronald McDonald house.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what it was for. And it was just first come, first served seating. So we were, like, right on the glass.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was really cool.
I mean, even hockey players are desperate to play hockey.
Seriously, yeah. I don't remember when it was. I want to say it was maybe December or something. Maybe November. But that was pretty cool. It was my first time at Allstate, and their stupid wooden ceilings.
I hate that area.
It was weird to me even then. I was like, why are the ceilings wooden? And it was so hard to get there without a car.
Oh, I can imagine.
So the CTA doesn't go to Rosemont. They have a Blue Line stop, but you have to take a Pace bus. Ugh. And so you take the Blue Line to, I don't even remember what stop, Cumberland or something, and then you get on a Pace bus to go to Allstate. Mm-hmm. But after the game, they had stopped running.
So what are you supposed to do? You're just stranded at Allstate?
We didn't know. We were just stranded at Allstate for like an hour.
Oh my God.
Eventually we called a cab to take us back to the Blue Line.
Jeez.
Oh, God. What a time that was with the lockout. I will never forget that. That's for sure. So, during the shortened season, they started the season 21-0-3.
Wow.
That's like the most dominant
Jesus Lord
you can be.
Yeah.
They ended first in the Central, obviously.
Obviously.
They beat Minnesota in the first round 4-1. Mm-hmm. I believe that was when Backstrom got injured during warm-ups.
Okay.
And they had to play, I want to say it was Kemper, before he turned into a magical great goalie in Arizona. Yeah. I believe that was maybe it was, one year it was Briz. I don't think it was 2013. It might have been Kemper. I don't remember. Mm-hmm. But Backstrom got injured in warm-ups before the first game even happened. And then in the second round, you have the famous Detroit series winning in 7 games. Oh, God. That was when Seabrook got the overtime goal in Game 7. That's when he calmed Taves down in the penalty box. And actually, you and I went to Buffalo Wild Wings after that series because I wanted to eat wings.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was before you were even a hockey fan.
It is.
I was back from school, and I was like, let's go get wings!
Okay.
Oh, that series was so stressful. Oh my gosh. And then you have the win over LA, 4-1, with Kane getting his hat trick goal in double overtime to send them to the Cup final, where you play Boston and win in 17 seconds in Game 6,
17 seconds.
where I missed the Cup-winning goal.
Corny!
If there was ever a moment to describe my hockey fandom during the 2010s, it was missing the Cup-winning goal in Boston. So they were losing, right?
Right.
And then Bickle got the goal to tie it up. And there's like a minute and change left to go in regulation. So I'm like, obviously this is going to overtime.
Obviously.
My phone was charging in the next room. So I went in there to text my mom and be like, hey, they tied the game.
Yeah.
And my dad's watching it in his room. And you know what our upstairs hallway looks
Obviously.
like, but some people don't. It's very small.
Most
it's just
people
like
probably don't.
very true. It's like a small circular hallway, I guess.
Kinda,
you
yeah.
would put it. Yeah, and so you can see into his room from my room, and all I hear is Doc yelling, "They score!" And I'm like, "Who scored? Who scored?" And there was a delayed reaction from my dad, so I didn't know if it was Boston or if it was the Hawks scoring.
See,
and I was just like, "Who scored?" And I go running in there, and they're celebrating, and I'm like, "Ah!"
You said Doc, and the first thing I thought was her cat.
No,
I get that now. I get that now, but you had a
Doc
cat.
Emmerich.
I get it now. But the cat was also named Doc, and I'm like, how did the cat know?
Everybody knew except me, because everybody else was being good and watching the game. I was in the other room checking my phone because it was...
Oh, man.
So thankfully I saw the end of the game, but I did not witness the goal happening live. Oh, God. That was the year that I was the most superstitious I have ever been in my entire life.
Yeah.
During the Stanley Cup final, I had 2 outfits that I wore. There was one outfit for game day. There was one outfit for non-game days. I did not wash those clothes during the entire final. But I alternated. And then at some point during the series, I had made a sandwich during the intermission before
Fucking Islander.
the third period. Seriously, I belong on Long Island. And I didn't eat the whole thing because I was full, right? So there was, like, I want to say, like, an inch left of my sandwich, right? And they won the game. And so I was like, well, shit, next game, I have to make a sandwich.
And not eat
the last inch of the sandwich. And I had also taken a shower during the intermission, so I took a shower, made a sandwich, didn't eat the last inch of it, and then they won the next game. I was like, holy shit, it's working!
Oh my god!
So, yeah, and so I would sit on my dad's bed watching the game, the exact same position on the right side of the bed, with my legs crossed up against the pillows at the head of the bed where you would lay down, sat there with my legs crossed in my game day outfit with my sandwich.
With your sandwich.
In the same exact position the whole time. It was bad.
It sounds like it.
It was bad. I did the same thing every day. After the games, I would go in my room, I would lay in my bed, I would play Animal Crossing on my DS,
Hell yeah.
and I would eat chocolate-covered peanuts and drink Ruby Red Squirt.
Courtney!
The same, my every day looked exactly the same. I would eat the same amount, I would drink the same amount.
Oh my god.
I ate, like, Special K, like, pop chips on the off days. And I knew every day that it stormed before a game they were gonna win. Which, funny enough, the day the Cubs won the World Series, it stormed.
It did.
So I was like, oh god, they're gonna win. They're gonna win! And they did. So, I'm just saying. It may have been crazy, but it worked.
But
just
it
like that
worked.
Bud Light commercial, it's only crazy if it doesn't work. I saw that commercial, I was like, nothing has ever spoken to me more than that. I cannot tell you how many times in the past decade I have sat in a bathroom because my team has scored when I walked into the bathroom. I've sat in there for hours so they will win. That's probably why they suck so much now, because I just haven't been superstitious.
Yeah.
I need to get back to it and start eating like a crazy person and only wearing 2 outfits and not washing my clothes. And playing Animal Crossing and drinking pop again and eating chocolate covered peanuts. Oh, I felt crazy. I was crazy. But it worked because they won the cup. And 17 seconds happened, and that was Corey's first cup, and I cried.
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah, I think that the ending of that Game 6 in Boston is probably the best defensive hockey I have ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah. After
they got the lead. And I've probably watched it over 100 times.
I'm not surprised.
It's a little insane.
It's fine.
I've watched it so many times. I've basically memorized all of their movements on the ice.
All of the movements, all of the calls. Yep. Every word spoken.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad. So after that series, I was just on... So when they won the first cup in 2010, I had just become a fan, right? And so... Obviously, I wasn't batshit crazy yet. It only took 3 years. But I was in Florida when they won that one, actually visiting my sister with my mom. And when it went to... Yeah. When it went to overtime, my sister was like, man, I'm going to bed. So me and my mom stayed up and watched it. And then they won. I was like, ah! But I couldn't scream because my sister was sleeping. But this one, I just screamed and cried and called my mom, like, turn on the TV! Because she wouldn't watch it because she was afraid of jinxing it, and so that's where I got my superstitions from.
She spent a lot of days in the kitchen.
She did.
Just avoiding the television.
She did. She's like, I can't watch it because they get scored on every time.
Every time there was a game on, she would banish herself to the kitchen with the small TV and watch whatever she wanted in there.
Yep, she would watch her soaps or whatever. Or sometimes she'd be in her room and then she'd come out and they'd get scored on, so she'd run back in there and just lock herself in her room. Oh my god. Yeah, so 2013 was a fantastic time. And then there was the draft, and this was a surprisingly good draft when I was writing down the notes here.
Okay.
At least at the time, it was a good draft.
I'm learning a lot from these drafts. I like this.
Yeah. So... First round, 30th overall, Ryan Hartman.
Oh, man, Bay.
Yeah, who I actually fell in love with his gameplay during the World Juniors, which I have not watched a minute of this year, and it's kind of upsetting me.
You should do that.
I know. I'm better at watching it when it's on late at night, and they've just been on at normal times. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
I can't do this. It was like when I was in college, and the NHL players actually went to the Olympics, and the games were on at like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I would just stay up all night,
right.
and I would watch it. And I go to class the next day, like half dead, and they're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Olympics," and they're like, "Oh, okay."
That explains
it. Because it's apparent to anybody who knows me that I'm a hockey fan.
Right.
And when I was in school, we had such small class sizes at Roosevelt that like. The professors just knew who you were. I was like, hockey, Olympics, I'm not alive.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, God. And then that gold medal game between the women, the Canada and U.S., when the puck hit the goalpost, and then Canada tied it, and then won in overtime, and I wanted to throw my computer, but I was in class watching it. Shouldn't have been.
No.
Nobody knew I was watching it except the people next to me, and I wanted to just flip my computer, but I was like, just sitting there eating my Panera soup, like, ah!
I can picture this so well.
Yep. Oh, God. All right, so back to the 2013 draft.
Right.
In the second round, 51st overall, Carl Dahlstrom.
Oh, Dolly, all right.
Yeah.
He's in...
Winnipeg.
I knew he went to Canada somewhere.
he just went to Canada.
Canada.
Third round, 74th overall, John Hayden. Of the New Jersey Devils who scored on us last week because everybody scored on us last week when we lost 7-1 to the New Jersey Devils.
I miss him and his beautiful self. He came up in one of my my memories or
Did he?
whatever. Yeah, we took a picture with him at one of the meet and
nice.
greets.
The first Blackhawks convention I went to was the year that Hartman was drafted. I got a picture with him.
I recall that picture very clearly.
I have very short hair.
Yeah, you did.
4th round, 111th overall, Robin Norrell.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Me too, until I took these notes.
Yeah.
4th round, 121st overall, Tyler Mott. Applesauce.
Applesauce. Where's he now?
Vancouver?
I think you're right.
I want to say Vancouver.
Yeah.
5th round, 134th overall, Luke Johnson, who scored on us on Friday with Iowa.
Yeah.
6th round, 181st overall, Anthony Lewis. It's like all of our Ice Hogs in this draft.
All of them.
It's crazy. Literally every single one of these players made it to at least the AHL. Because 7th round, we have Robin Press.
Man.
Who took Schilling's number when he left.
Yeah, you did. I got real mad about that.
You did. Number 5.
Number 5.
Do we have a number 5? Oh, Philip
Yeah.
Holm is number 5 now. Yeah, every single player in that draft made it at least to the AHL.
That's crazy.
It is. Then we have the trades. We sent a 2013 7th to Calgary for Henrik Karlsson. Don't remember that happening.
Okay.
We sent Peter LeBlanc to Washington for Matthew Beaudoin.
Beaudoin?
Yeah. A 2013 first to San Jose for Michael Handzus, who ended up being a very good pickup that year and then sucked after that. We sent Philip Paradis to Tampa Bay for Kirill
One more time.
Godovets.
Okay.
Rob Flick went to Boston for Maxime Sauvé. Dave Boland and the beginning of my Toronto Maple Leafs fandom on draft day went to Toronto for a 2013 second, a 2013 fourth, and a 2014 fourth. I can't believe that was the start of me liking this dumpster fire of an organization in Toronto. Although it's more fun to watch them now, but I watched them through the
Dark Ages.
I can't, what do you even call the Dark Ages? It's been Dark Ages since
For
like
a long,
67.
long time.
Yeah, but I've watched them since at least the 2013-14 season. And then we sent Michael Frolik to Winnipeg for a 2013 third and a 2013 fifth. We sent Dan Carcillo to LA for a conditional 2015 sixth round pick. So that was the second round of cap dumps. The first one came after the 2010 Cup, and then you got the 2013 Cup. Then we have the 2013-14 season, which may be my... That's hard to say. No, I'll say it. It's my least favorite season of this decade.
13-14?
13-14.
Okay.
So they finished third in the Central. They beat the Blues in the first round 4-2.
Okay.
They beat Minnesota 4-2 in the second round. And then they lost to the Los Angeles Kings.
Oh, yeah.
In Game 7, and I punched a hole in my wall.
That's the one.
That's the one.
I see the spot.
It's still there for
now.
now.
I can see it from here.
It'll be gone in a few weeks, but it's still there.
It's patched, but you can see where it was.
You sure can. It wasn't intentional, right?
Right.
It wasn't. So I was sitting... I'm always at the top of those stairs.
Yes.
When it comes to hockey, I'm always at the top of those damn
because
stairs.
you can see the television.
Yeah, and you're close to snacks in the kitchen.
Exactly.
So I was sitting at the top of the stairs.
As you do.
As you do. And then Alec Martinez shoots the puck. It bounces off of Nick Leddy's shoulder past Corey in overtime. And I think I was just possessed by a demon. And I just took my hand and rammed it into the wall out of anger. Didn't think there'd be a hole.
Right.
But there was a hole. And then I ran outside crying and threw my jersey on the ground and got in my car and left.
Jesus.
It should have been a 3-peat, okay? It should have been a 3-peat. I hate LA so much. And fucking Jonathan Quick. Fucking Jonathan Quick.
It sounds like a bad movie, but that was
It was a bad movie. My life as a hockey fan has been a bad movie. And it's not even as bad as some other teams because we've won 3 and 6. But I think
yes.
that's what makes the bad times even worse.
Right.
It was because I became a fan before the playoffs in 2010, so I only knew goodness.
Right.
And then that loss to Jonathan Quick sent me over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot...
I don't think you've ever come back.
Oh, no. There was no coming back from that one. A lot of hockey writers have said that, like, the best hockey they've ever seen played was that series between the Hawks and LA, because there were so many lead changes.
Right.
I just can't bring myself to go back and watch it.
I feel
like it will possess me again.
It would be bad for your health, real bad.
Like, I haven't been that angry of a person ever since that series. I feel like it took some of the anger out of me.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like if I watch it, it'll just be reinstated back in my soul. And I will become angry all over again. And I just cannot deal. So that was my least favorite season of the entire decade, which is saying a lot once we get to the most recent seasons. But there was just so much pain and suffering in that one. And we were still, that summer at least, we were still waiting on the Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane extensions. So after that series was when they signed their $10.5 million contracts. And I was doing an internship at the time with my mom's company, and I would go into work every day and listen to sports radio and the recaps of the Hawks games. There was just a lot of pain, and I will never forgive the Kings and John Quick for that 2014 season.
You mean John Quick that made it above
That's
Crawford
the one
on the top 100 list of the decade?
And so it brings me so much joy that I cannot even explain to see him struggling so badly.
Bad.
It just makes my soul smile for hurting me in that way in 2014.
I want you to hurt like I hurt!
Exactly. Exactly. I will never forget the amount of pain that I felt watching that puck go into the net. Especially because it bounced off of our fucking defender.
You know.
And then LA went on to play the Rangers, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe the Rangers can beat them. They've got Henrik. They shit the bed. I think LA beat them in like 5 games. Ouch. I was like, are you kidding me?
Big ouch.
I was watching them. I watched them win the cup at Kryptonite.
I miss the Kryptonite.
Me too. I talked about that on the Buzz podcast earlier today. Oh, God. Yep, so that was 2014. So then we have the 2014 draft.
All right.
In the first round, we have 20th overall, Nick Schmaltz.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
In the third round, we have 83rd overall, Matheson Jacopelli.
Yaka.
Yep. Also in the third round, 88th overall, Bo Starrett.
Okay.
Fourth round, Fredrik Olofsson, who played with the Hogs for a little bit last year.
A little bit.
Fifth round, Luke Snuggerud.
Oh, Snuggy.
Who got badly brain shaken and then went overseas and then signed a PTO with the Albany Devils. And then he was released, so he's just not... Are they still the Albany Devils? Maybe they moved. I don't know. Yeah. Ugh. And then...
Poor Luke.
I know. Also in the fifth round, Andreas Soderberg. Sixth round, Dylan Sekura. Yep. Also in the sixth round, Ivan Nalimov, goalie. And his case is so weird. Like, he doesn't want to come over to play in the American League. He wants, like, a guaranteed NHL spot.
That's not how this works.
Yeah. At least that's how he was... quote-unquote negotiating for a while. I don't know
if
that's
a bad tactic,
changed.
bro.
Yeah, so he's playing in the KHL right now. And then in the seventh round, we have Jack Ramsey. Is he an Indy?
I feel like yes.
Yeah, because I feel like he's the one that keeps getting called up.
Yeah, and then not playing.
Yeah. So then we have the trades around that time. We have Jemmy Hayes and Dylan Olsen to Florida for Chris Versteeg and Philip Lefebvre? I can never... figure out how to pronounce his name. That's it. I remember that trade because it happened at like midnight. It was so random. And then we have Kyle Beach to the Rangers for Brandon Mashinter.
Oh, man, Mash.
Yep. Then we have future considerations to Edmonton for goaltender Jason LaBarbera.
Okay.
He played for the Ice Hogs for a little bit.
A little bit. Short while.
Yeah. And then a 4th round in 2014 to the Islanders for Pierre-Marc Bouchard and Peter Regan, which I totally forgot that happened too until I read that. And then Brad Winchester to Minnesota for Brian Connolly. And Brandon Peary to Florida for a 2014 3rd round pick and a 2016 5th round pick. A 2014 2nd to Phoenix for David Rundblad and Matthew Brisebois, which was a terrible trade. A terrible trade when it happened, and it never got any better, honestly.
Well.
I'm pretty sure Arizona took Christian Dvorak with that pick, who has been very good for them. So it's just, rubs the salt in the wound.
As it does. You know how it goes.
Yeah. And then somehow we got a 2014 3rd round pick from Calgary for Brandon Bolig. I still don't know how Stan swindled that out of them.
He's a magic man sometimes.
Sometimes. Not always. Because,
definitely
the one
not
I read
always.
right before that was a 2nd round pick for David Rundblad.
Well, you win some, you lose some.
They only have the free agents around that time. Nikolai Hobbyboulin came back to the Hawks and then exploded his groin.
Ouch.
Yep. Theo Peckham, Mike Koska, Brad Winchester, Matt Carey, Trevor Van Riemsdyk, Dennis Rasmussen, Scott Darling, Cody Bass, PC Labrie, Brad Richards, which was a massive pickup, to center Patrick Kane.
These are free agent signings?
Yep.
Okay.
Kyle Comiskey, Michael Layton, Victor Tikhonov, Cameron Schilling, Mike Liambis, and Nolan Valou.
Man.
I know.
Now we're getting
into
close
guys
to
that
my,
know at least.
We're getting close to my era here.
Yep. This is the last season before you started going to games. So the 2014-2015 season. The Hawks finished 3rd in the Central. They beat Nashville 4-2 in the 1st round.
Yeah.
Oh, that series with Seabrook's triple overtime goal, I want to say, which was the night that I had a paper to write.
Oh, yeah.
For a final in one of my classes, my senior year of college. And I was like, oh, I'll write it after the game, because you do everything last minute, right?
Obviously.
That was my specialty in college, is starting papers the night before and then, turning them in the next day and getting an A on them. No big deal.
Whatever works.
Don't know how it worked. It shouldn't have worked.
Shouldn't have, but it did.
But it did. Graduated with honors.
Hey.
So yeah, I was like, oh, I'll write this paper after the game. No big deal. It's a playoff game. I'm not going to miss it to write a fucking paper for school. Like, what are you talking about? It's the 1st round of the playoffs. And so naturally the game goes to triple overtime and it's over at like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I'm up till like 5:30, 6 a.m. writing this paper.
Not surprised.
Got an A on it.
Of course.
NBDs.
That's what you do.
It is. And then they swept the Minnesota Wild in the 2nd round, which was just beautiful. It's just, oh, yes. And then they beat Anaheim in 7 games in the 3rd round, which was when Taves absolutely broke Frederik Andersen, and he's never recovered in the playoffs ever since, by scoring 2 goals when they should have just put us away. And then we went on to beat the Tampa Bay Lightning in 6 games to win the Stanley Cup in 2015, which gave us one of the best hockey moments of the decade when Ben Bishop and Victor Hedman collided at the face-off dot, and Patrick Sharp just had an empty net goal to score. It was so beautiful. In that moment, I was like, the Hawks are going to win the cup. It wasn't even game 6, but I was like, they're going to win. And then I think Bishop might have been injured before coming into the series, but we just completely destroyed him, and he could barely move side to side, so we played Vasilevsky a few times, and then Bishop in game 6, but he couldn't move.
Yikes.
His groin was just done.
You poor thing.
Oh, I'm so sorry for you. I wasn't as superstitious in that series. It was still pretty bad, but I can't remember specifics because I wasn't as batshit crazy as I was in 2013. But I just remember the day of Game 6, I was so nervous for that game. I could not eat all day.
No.
I just felt sick. I was like, oh God, they can win tonight. And I go, oh, I can't handle it. I feel sick. My heart's pounding out of my chest. But then they won. And it was so beautiful. And that was their 3rd cup in 6 years.
Sure was.
Ugh. It seems like such a long time ago.
It was.
It was. See, you were like the complete opposite of me.
Yeah. See, they won 3 and 6, and then
I
became a fan.
I became a fan right before 15. They started.
No, I started 15. So
I'm
late
known,
to the party.
Yeah, you've only known pain and suffering.
Yeah, typical for my life.
So then we have the 2015 draft. Yes. We did not have a first-round pick because we traded it.
Correct.
So in the 2nd round, 54th overall, we took Graham Knott.
Oh.
That was our first pick in that draft.
Interesting.
Yep.
Is he in Indy right now? Or
no, we traded him.
Where did we move him to?
We'll get there.
Oh, okay.
It's coming. In the 3rd round, 91st overall, we took Dennis Gilbert, who just scored his first NHL goal on Friday.
Oh, yeah, he did.
In the 4th round, we took Ryan Shea. In the 5th round, we took Radovan Bandra. In the 6th round, we have Roy Radke. Also in the 6th round, we have Joni Tula.
Joni!
Yep. 2015 draft.
Damn, we've had him for a minute.
6th round.
Wow.
For Joni.
Wow.
And then 7th round, we have John Dahlstrom.
Okay.
Not to be confused with Carl.
No, different.
Nope. So then the trades that centered around this season, we have Nick Leddy and Kent Simpson to the New York Islanders for T.J. Brennan, Anders Nielsen, and Ville Polka. Remember Ville?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Then we sent Jeremy Morin to the Blue Jackets for Tim Erickson. We sent Adam Clendenning to Vancouver for Gustav Forsling.
Aw, baby sweet.
Yeah, that was a hell of a trade at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And then he was just injured and never got the right opportunity. Yeah.
I'm still rooting for him.
Too. And then we sent T.J. Brennan to Toronto for Spencer Abbott. Remember Spencer?
I do. He was also number 5, wasn't he?
I can't recall. And then a 2015 second and a 2016 conditional 4th to Philly for Kimmo Timonen. He was the old guy that we played for in 2015. Because he had never won a cup, and then he had, I think, double blood clots in his legs.
Oh, that's
and so he barely played. Like, he was a warrior for Philly.
Jeez.
And then he was at the end of his career, so we threw some picks at Philly and brought him in. And he played a couple games, and then he got to raise the cup. Yep, he was the first guy Taves handed it to when they won.
Aw.
I know, and then
That's
I
so
cried
sweet.
because he was so happy. I was like, oh my God, I can't deal with this. My emotions. And we sent Klaus Dahlbeck and the 2015 first-round pick to Arizona for Antoine Vermette, who is the absolute key pickup in that season. And then we sent Ben Smith and a 2017 conditional 7th to San Jose for Andrew Desjardins. And I was so upset about that trade when it happened, because I didn't know who Desi was, and Ben Smith was one of my favorite players, and I was like, how dare you? But it ended up working out. Still mad about it. Whatever.
Ended up working out for Desi.
It was fine. At least Ben Smith won the Calder Cup with Toronto. And then after the season, we have Antti Ranta to the New York Rangers for Ryan Haggerty. That's an awful trade.
Yeah.
We have Brandon Saad, Alex Broadhurst, and Michael Paliota to Columbus Blue Dragons for Artem Anisimov, Marco Dano, Jeremy Morin comes back, Corey Tropp, and a 2016 4th-round pick. I was at the mall when they made that trade. I was not very happy. It's like, we couldn't even have got their best prospect. Are you kidding me? And then we sent Anders Nielsen to Edmonton for Liam Coughlin. And Patrick Sharp and Stephen Johns to Dallas for Trevor Daley and Ryan Garbett.
Why would we do that?
Cap dump.
Don't look at me and say cap dump like that.
Cap dump.
I take personal offense to this.
You should. I'm still mad about this trade. If Johns had stayed with us, he probably would have never gotten the concussion that he got, and he'd probably be our captain by now.
Oof.
And then we once again shipped off Christopher Stieg and Joachim Nordstrom and a 2017 third to Carolina for Dennis Robertson, Jake Massey, and a 2017 fifth round pick.
What?
Capped up.
Yeah.
The free agent signings. You might know a couple of these.
I'm sure I will.
Lars Johansson.
Ah, JoJo!
Michael Kempney.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Lundberg. Remember that name?
Barely.
I had forgotten. Dan Carcillo. Again. Kyle Bond.
Mm-hmm.
Tanner Kiro. Eric Gustafson. And Artemi Panarin.
Damn.
Yep. So then we come into the 2015-16 season, and they finished third in the Central and lost in 7 games to St. Louis because Gus couldn't defend around his net.
Imagine that.
I know. Yep. All I remember about that season was watching the playoffs at Oscars with you and your ex-coworker.
Yeah.
That was a Detroit fan.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I remember from that series. I think I blocked it out because I just hated it so much.
Was that the year that I watched it alone in the dark at my mom's house?
It's quite possible. That was also the year that San Jose went to the final, I believe, against Pittsburgh. And we were sorting hockey cards in your mom's living room.
Yeah.
Watching San Jose play the Blues,
Okay.
I want to say. So this was the season you became a hockey fan.
I want to say this is the year that I watched the playoffs. I watched them get knocked out of the playoffs alone in the dark in my mom's living room. Very late at night.
Uh-huh. Probably.
Yeah. I was trying very hard not to make loud noises.
Uh-huh. As you do. At least you didn't punch a hole in the wall.
I didn't.
Because I had done that 2 years prior.
Yeah.
Oh, God. What a year. The year you became a hockey fan.
It is.
When you challenged me.
I did. That
and
was
said, I bet you can't make me a hockey fan.
I didn't see it happening, alright?
Now you have a hockey podcast.
I do. What the fuck?
All I had to do was take you to one Ice Hogs game.
Just one.
Just one.
Just one.
I was like, hey, watch the goalie. And you were like, oh, Leighton. I like these.
I like that.
They look like marshmallows. I'm going to follow this sport, and now it's ruined our lives.
And now it is all that I pay attention to.
What would you do without hockey?
I have no fucking clue.
And all you've known is pain and suffering when it comes to the Hawks.
The
Ice Hogs, really.
Where would all of my money go? Where would all of my time go?
You'd probably have money.
What would I do with it?
I don't know. You didn't used to spend your money.
I didn't. I was very good at saving.
Now you're not.
Now I'm not.
It all goes to hockey.
Everything has changed.
Everything changes when you become a hockey fan.
Oh, you know.
Everything. It just like...
It just devours your soul.
It does. I'm trying to think of like a good movie reference, but it's not coming to me. I can see it in my head, but I don't know what it's from. But it just like attaches itself and just spreads, and then you can't get out of it. And
No.
all of a sudden you're just spending all of your money on hockey jerseys that you really don't wear all that often, but you have a closet full of them.
I have them.
Season ticket. We became season ticket holders after this season. Yes. After you said, I bet you can't make me a hockey fan. We went to the garage sale and became season ticket holders, and we've been in 203 ever since.
It wasn't
from Center Ice.
The plan. Mm-hmm. We just went to the garage sale.
Yeah, we really didn't plan on becoming season ticket holders.
No, we went to the garage sale. We were like, let's see what they got.
Yeah, and then Ryan was there at his table. Like,
and we went to talk to him.
And he was like, this is the price, and we were like, okay.
And it just kind of
I don't think either of us could really afford it, but we did it.
But they had a payment plan.
They had a payment plan, and that is how we continue to be season ticket holders.
Hey! And here we are today. On our 4th season?
Let's see. It was 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20.
Yeah, 4th season.
And 203. JJ.
203. JJ, 13, 14.
Yep.
That's us.
Yep. I couldn't imagine sitting anywhere else.
God, no. From Center Ice. That's us.
Yeah. Oh, it would just be so wrong.
Uh-huh.
And we're on the aisle and nobody sits in our section.
It's great.
It's beautiful. I love it. All right, we have the 2016 draft.
Okay. Is this the one that we were at Chili's for? That was a fantasy draft.
That was a fantasy draft.
Whoops.
When I made you take all Tampa players,
Yes,
and that
and
was
then
the year
Tampa
they
was
were
terrible.
really bad. Yeah. And I believe Hedman was injured
Yeah,
all season.
yeah, he was.
And so was Stamkos.
He was.
And, yeah.
You know, you drafted him for me, and then he was.
But they should have been good. They should have been good. I feel like this is pretty much what Tampa Bay fans just say all the time. They should have been good. That's just their motto.
Yeah.
It's an evergreen statement when it comes to Tampa.
I can see it. All right, so what happened?
In the second round, 39th overall, Alex DeBrincat.
Oh, damn. I remember this.
Yep.
This is really when I started paying attention.
Yep. Second round, 45th overall.
Because we were like, damn, he's short.
Yeah, but I wanted them to take him because I knew about him.
Yeah.
And that was the pick that we got from the Shaw trade.
Who was second? I'm sorry.
Second round, 45th overall, Chad Chris.
Okay, we still have him.
We do.
Is he in Indy or do we have him?
No, we have him.
Oh, he was just scratched last game. Okay.
Second round, 50th overall, Artur Kayumov.
Okay.
Third round, 83rd overall, Wouter Peters.
Wooter!
Wooter.
Peters!
He's real bad.
Oh, Wooter.
Yeah.
We got to meet him a couple times.
We did. He's very tall.
Yeah.
Fourth round, 110th overall, Lucas Carlson. Lucas. Also fourth round, 113th overall, Nathan Knoll. Fifth round, Matthias Fromm.
I remember him too.
Sixth round, Blake Hillman, who's not with us anymore.
No.
And seventh round, Jake Rychek. Is he in Indy? I feel like he is. Because he got called up at one point.
Yeah.
Or he was on the training camp roster or something.
Right. I think that was it. I don't think he was ever actually called up.
All right, the trades. We have Trevor Daley to Pittsburgh for Rob Scuderi because Q just refused to play Trevor Daley correctly.
Yeah.
So then we got corpse of Rob Scuderi. And then we had to retain money to send him to LA for Christian Ehrhoff, who Q also wouldn't play correctly, and he should have been the power play quarterback because he had a really good shot from the point, but he just wasn't. And yeah, that was the time. It was a dark, dark time. We once again shipped off Jeremy Morin to Toronto for Richard Panik.
Oh, Panik.
That was a great trade.
Yeah.
And then he started to suck. And we sent Ryan Garbett to Anaheim for, remember this name, Yuri Sekash. Cakes! Yeah.
Cakes!
I totally forgot about that. And then he just, disappeared.
Yeah.
Didn't he, wake up late for a practice or something?
So,
and then they
just kind of shunned him. Yeah.
What a weird time. And
fucking cakes.
Yeah. We sent Marco Dano a 2016 first.
Okay.
And a conditional 2018 third to Winnipeg for Andrew Ladd, Jay Harrison, and Matt Frazier. The latter of the two played in Rockford, and Andrew Ladd was a ghost of himself, and he played in Chicago.
It's typically what happens when we get back old players.
Yep. And then the terrible trade for Philip Deneau. We sent Philip Deneau and a 2018 second to Montreal for Dale Weiss and Thomas Fleischman. Yeah. We sent Dennis Robertson to Carolina for Drew McIntyre. The goalie.
The weird one, right?
The weird goalie.
The tree?
The tree who just stood completely still.
I've never seen a goalie stand so still in my life.
It was creepy.
It was terrifying.
That was a thing that we did.
Man, I forgot.
I know, right?
Oh,
I know,
man.
going through these names, it's like, oh shit.
There's been so many.
There has. We sent Corey Tropp to Anaheim for Tim Jackman and a 2017 seventh.
Okay.
And then after the season, we've got Teuvo Teravainen and Brian Bickle to Carolina for a second round pick in 2016 and a third round pick in 2017.
Yeah.
And then we sent Andrew Shaw to Montreal for the pick that we took Alex DeBrincat with.
Yeah.
And, well, we got 2 second round picks in that one for him. The free agents, Brian Campbell, Sam Carrick, Spencer Abbott, Jordan Tutu, who refused to play in Rockford.
Yeah, he did.
And Alexander Fortin.
All speed.
All speed, nothing else. And then we have when the days really start to become dark.
Oh boy.
The 2016-2017 season.
Okay.
The Blackhawks finished first place in the Central Division.
Damn, they did, huh?
And they got swept by Nashville.
That's when I was in the hospital, right?
It was. And I was bringing you note cards with the
playoff updates. Yes!
With every goal scored by every
because
team.
I couldn't watch.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Wow. What a time
they
that
scored
was.
2 goals.
2 goals the whole series.
That was a dark time.
Jesus.
I remember the night they were eliminated, we went and got Domino's and sorted hockey cards.
You're probably right.
Yeah. And then we have the 2017 draft, which, it's really... it just keeps getting worse. First round, 29th overall, Henry Jokiharju.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh, yeah.
God damn it.
Yep.
Ouch.
Just let that...
Just ouch on my heart. A big ol' ouch.
Let that sink in for a sec.
Ouch.
Yep. Second round, 57th overall, Ian Mitchell, who, God, I hope he signs after his season in college this year. Third round, Andre Alti-Barmakian.
Oh.
That's a name.
Yeah, it is.
Third round, Evan Barrett. Fourth round, Tim Soderlund. Big time Timmy Tim. Yep.
Timmy with the wagon.
Timmy with the wagon. Always with the reverse hits with his booty.
Hit him with your booty.
Fourth round, 119th overall, Rupe Lavinen.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Fifth round, Parker Fu.
Fu.
Fifth round, Jacob Galvis.
Okay.
Seventh round, Josh S.
What are these?
Free agents.
Okay.
JF Berube. Lance Boma. Jordan Osterley. Patrick Sharp comes back.
Yeah, he did.
Tommy Wingles.
Man.
Colin Delia.
Oh, Colin.
Cody Franzen. Jeff Glass. Matthew Highmore. David Kemp.
Courtney.
And Jan Ruda.
My heart. This was the year.
Yes, this was
the year.
The trades. Are you ready?
No.
No, you're not.
No.
Cameron Schilling goes to LA for Michael Lotta.
Yeah.
We sent a 2017 third to Detroit for Tomas Jurko. We sent Mark McNeil and a conditional 4th round pick in 2018 to Dallas for Johnny Oduya. We got him back trying to rekindle that, and it didn't work.
No.
We sent Spencer Abbott and Sam Carrick to Anaheim for Kenton Helgeson.
Who the fuck?
Exactly. And a 2019 7th. And then there was the postseason trades. There was Nicholas Hjalmarsson to Arizona for Connor Murphy and Laurent Dauphin.
God damn it.
There was Artemi Panarin and Tyler Mott and a 2017 6th to the Blue Jackets for Brandon Saad.
This hurts so much.
Anton Forsberg and a 2018 5th.
This hurts.
We sent Marcus Kruger to the Vegas Golden Knights for future considerations because of the expansion draft.
Yeah.
And we sent Kyle Bond to Montreal for Andreas Martinson, which was the best trade of that bunch.
Yeah.
Yep!
Yeah.
I told you the days start getting darker.
Oh, God, it hurts.
They just start getting dark. And then we have the 2017-2018 Blackhawks season, which was last year.
Oh, God, it was, huh?
They finished last in the Central Division.
Wait. 17, 18, 18, 19. No, this was 2 seasons ago.
2 seasons ago, my bad. 7th in the Central. The 2018 draft, we have the first round, 8th overall, Adam Boqvist. First round, 27th overall, Nicholas Beaudin. Third round, Jake Wise, center. Third round, Nicholas Nordgren. Fourth round, Philip Kurashev, who is a ice hog. Fifth round,
Beaudin.
he is. Mikhail Hakkarainen.
Oh, who's also a hog.
6th round, I didn't realize he was taken this late, Alexis Gravel,
Okay.
goaltender.
Mr. Goalie.
Hopefully future Ice Hawk. In 7th round, Josiah Slavin, who is the brother of the Carolina Hurricanes, Slavin. And the signings, Dominic Cahoon, Kevin Lankinen, and Jacob Nielsen.
Model.
Yes. Trades. You ready for more trades?
Probably not.
We have Laurent Dauphin and Richard Panik to Arizona for Adam Clendenning.
Wait, didn't we just send...
We got Dauphin.
Oh,
For
okay.
Hammer.
Okay.
For Adam Clendenning and Anthony Duclair,
Yeah.
who just got selected to the All-Star team.
All-Star team,
out of
yeah.
Ottawa. We sent Vili Polka to Ottawa
Yeah, we did.
for Chris DiDomenico, his second tour in the organization. We sent Michael Kempney to Washington
Yeah, we did.
for a conditional 3rd-round pick in 2018.
And then he won a cup with them.
He did, because Q also just refused to play him. We sent Ryan Hartman to Nashville with a 2018 5th for Victor Ejsel and a 2018 1st and a 2018 4th. Sometimes I just forget that we got a 1st-round pick for Hartman, which ended up being Beaudin.
Yeah.
We sent Tommy Wingles to Boston for a conditional 5th-round pick in 2019. We flip-flopped Tanner Kiro and Michael Chaput from Vancouver, and I don't believe either ever played for those teams. Maybe Kiro played for Vancouver, but we got rid of Michael Chaput. We sent JF Berube to the Blue Jackets for Jordan Schrader.
We did do that, huh?
And then the trade where we sent Vinny Hinestroza, Marian Hossa, Jordan Osterley, and a 2019 3rd to Arizona for Andrew Campbell, Mackenzie Entwistle, Marcus Kruger again, Jordan Mallett, and a 2019 5th.
Man.
The best part of that trade was Entwistle.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Not I.
I remember everybody was like, what the fuck is an Entwistle? I was like, what is this?
What is this?
Oh. And then, alright, last year, the 2018-2019 season, we finished 6th in the Central.
Yeah, we did.
So we weren't last that time. Minnesota was last that time. I don't have the draft for this one. Let's see. Let me go get that right quick. Here it is. We have... Oh, that's why I didn't have it, because it wasn't on Wikipedia.
Interesting.
I know. But I will get it now. We have... Oh, this is just stupidly spaced out. I'm not going to use that website. Obviously, in the 1st round, we have King Curbs. Kirby Doc. And like I said at the beginning, I was not happy.
No, you wanted Bone
with that
Byron
pick.
real bad.
I did. 2nd round, we have Alex Vlasic.
Mr. Pickles.
Yep. In the 4th round, we have Michael Tepley, who is lighting it up for his team right now.
Hey.
In the 4th round, we have Antti Sorella.
Hmm.
In the 6th round, we have Dominic Bassi, a goalie. In the 7th round, we have Cole Moberg, who is my guy to watch out for.
Hell yeah.
Which I kept saying during the prospect tournament.
Sure did.
And then he was just really good and nobody was paying attention. But that was our draft this past summer. Thankfully, we got King Curbs out of that because we got real lucky and got the 3rd overall pick.
Yeah, we did.
I still don't know how that happened. That was just insane.
Divine intervention.
Seriously. And then the trades. Are you ready for the trades?
Just do it.
Nick Schmaltz to Arizona for Dylan Strome and Brendan Perlini.
We won that.
I will take that trade. The funny part was Brendan Perlini was the big part of that deal, and Dylan Strome was like a throw-in because he was busting in Arizona.
But he's so good here.
Yep. We have... it's the 1-year anniversary of this trade, actually.
Really?
Brandon Manning and Robin Norrell to Edmonton for Drake Caggiula and Jason Garrison.
Huh.
Because of that dumbass off-season signing to get Brandon Manning.
Wow.
And Cam Ward and Chris Kunitz.
Okay.
Yep. And then Jan Ruda and a 2019 7th to Tampa Bay for Slater Cuckoo and a 2019 5th. Then we sent a 2019 5th to LA. Oh, this just makes my heart sing. For Dominic Kubalik.
Oh, damn.
We took him from LA for a 5th round pick.
All right.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so beautiful. We have Darren Radish going to the Rangers for Peter Holland. Totally forgot that happened.
Me too.
Matheson Iacopelli to LA for Spencer Watson.
Mm.
And then we have the off-season trades. Dominic Cahoon and a 2019 5th to Pittsburgh for Alimata, which we were very upset about at the time.
We were.
But Amata's been pretty good for us, actually.
It just seemed dumb to trade away.
It really did. It really did. But then Kubalik
took
kind
his
of replaced
spot, yeah.
And then Anton Forsberg and Gustav Forsling to Carolina for
I love the
Calvin
Forces.
DeHaan and Alexei Sorella.
Which we don't have Sorella no more.
Nope, and we don't have DeHaan right now either.
Well, we still got him. He just don't work.
He don't work. But it's a lot better than having Forsberg. I will tell you that. I will take a broken DeHaan over an Anton Forsberg.
Aww.
Oh. And then we sent a 2022nd and 7th and a 2021st 3rd to Montreal for Andrew Shaw and a 2021 7th round pick.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't like it when it happened.
He broken too.
I don't like it now.
He's still broken.
He's very broken, and he should probably retire.
Yeah, he's getting his noggin bounced around.
Yep, he's got a tiny kid, and he's got another kid on the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the trade of all trades.
Oh, God, what is it?
Henry Jokiharju
Oh, the anger trade.
to Buffalo
Oh.
for Alex Nylander,
Oh, the anger trade.
who played 2 shifts in the second period last night.
Oh.
Yep,
Oh.
yep. Still not okay with that trade. Still very not okay with that trade. We need defense, and we traded a defenseman.
We got to see him play in the island, though.
We did, and they lost.
Yeah.
Still real mad.
Yeah. That trade just inspires a lot of anger forever.
And we sent Artem Anisimov to Ottawa for Zach Smith, which has been fine, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The free agents. Robin Lehner.
I still don't know how we landed this one.
Me either. It still doesn't feel real.
No, but it is.
And it's almost
It is.
January.
Yeah.
Ryan Carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
Kirby Doc
Good.
signed his entry-level deal.
Mm-hmm. We needed him.
Oh, God, we needed him. And
But not before we got to see him play in Rockford for like 2 or 3 games.
damn right.
Yeah.
Freak, yeah.
Freak, yeah.
And Philip Holm.
Yeah.
Was a free agent signing.
Number 5.
Number 5. We currently sit 7th in the Central. That is last in the Central
Oh, the Hawks?
Division. Yep.
Yeah.
We've had more trades since the beginning of the season. And they've actually all worked out, I believe.
All right.
So we have Alexei Sorella to Florida for Ian McCoshen. Good trade.
Oh, Danny.
Yes. Brendan Perlini to Detroit for Alec Regula.
Okay.
We still don't really know if that's a win or not, but Perlini wasn't doing shit here. He's not doing shit in Detroit, so I'll take the prospect.
Yeah.
And then Graham Knott, who you were asking about, to Pittsburgh for Joseph Cramarosa.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Casanova.
Yep. So all the trades that Stan has made in season, I have been fine with.
Yeah.
Now, if he could just keep that up, that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
It has been a crazy decade for hockey
Yes,
in Chicago.
it has.
You and I both became hockey fans within this decade.
Weird.
Mine was in 2010, yours in 2015
Mm-hmm.
/16. I don't really recall when you went to your first game. It might have been 2016.
2015.
Was it? It might have been. I don't recall. It was the 2015-2016 season.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah. I went to the rally at Soldier Field after the 2015 Cup win.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. I wanted to go to the parade in 2013, but I couldn't make it out there to hear Corey say, fucking right, Chicago, in person.
Woo.
Oh, it's been crazy.
Mm.
What have been your favorite memories as a hockey fan?
Well, you see, they're at the bottom of this this document here.
They are?
They are.
Oh. I didn't see. Oh, there they are.
I have them.
Well, let's see. You can go ahead and read those. I will sit back.
All right.
All right.
Here we go. Jacqueline's top moments.
Wow. Okay.
Hi, I have a horrible memory. Thanks, medication, but I'll try. Okay.
This is like the beginning of a children's book. I'm ready. Do you have pictures?
I don't.
Oh.
I don't.
Okay.
First bullet. Becoming a hockey fan.
Wow.
Hello. Thank you, Courtney.
Hello. You're welcome. You thought I couldn't do it.
I didn't. I was very wrong.
It took
that.
one game.
One game.
As we said before.
Exactly
one game.
One game. Second bullet point. Becoming Ice Hogs season ticket holders.
Yes, that was a very good memory within the past decade.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do not regret it. I
No.
will not give up my season tickets because of the temperature
Cold ice rink
inside of the BMO.
No. Third bullet point. Setting the goal of visiting all of the NHL arenas. That has been incredible. We have traveled so much.
So much.
Over the past 4 years.
We have put so many miles on my car.
Yes, we have. We have actually gotten to 12 of the arenas in around 4 years.
Damn.
We have been to Chicago.
Uh-huh.
We have been to Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
We've been to the Joe in Detroit. We have been to Little Caesars in Detroit. We have been to Minnesota. We've been to St. Louis. We've been to Nashville, Florida, Tampa, Colorado, Pittsburgh, and the island.
So, crossing off Chicago and Columbus,
Uh-huh.
because we've been there multiple times.
Mm-hmm. We've been to St. Louis multiple times, too.
I know that's not going to be your answer, though. Which one is your favorite?
Oh, man. Yeah, no, definitely not St. Louis. That's a good question. They've all been so unique.
They really have.
Every fan base has such a specific culture to it.
Yeah. And every arena is so different.
Yes.
And every experience has been so different.
So different. Like, they're not even comparable.
Uh-uh.
It's crazy.
And Columbus was your first NHL game.
It was. I went to Columbus before I went to Chicago. It's crazy.
But we did it in the same weekend.
That's true. That was hockey weekend.
It was.
I was looking
You
back
just
through my
didn't know.
Instagram. I had no idea. Chicago was on Monday.
Yep. 15th of February was your first Blackhawks game.
You're right.
Yeah.
So,
Was that against Toronto?
It might have been.
I feel like it was. Because I was really hoping you weren't going to check the schedule.
Yeah. I think so. No, I had no idea though. I didn't find out until we were on our way. And it was just because you told me to look in your glove box.
Yeah. And then I had the jerseys in my trunk, so you didn't have to go jerseyless.
Okay, so Minnesota's not my favorite. St. Louis is obviously not my favorite. Nashville.
Minnesota had that cookie dough.
That cookie dough was really
they
good. I'm
also
still mad I left that in the fridge and at the hotel.
Yeah.
I went through such trouble of saving it.
You did. But they have rude people and children that move your legs.
Yeah, fuck that.
St. Louis just has a rude fan base in general.
I hate that fan base.
Yep.
Nashville is just fucking weird.
Very.
I'm
it's all your fault chant. And
uncomfortable thinking about being there again. I would not want to
And the Tim McGraw glory shots.
Yeah, I'm good on all that. I don't need to experience that again.
No.
Florida was really cool.
It was.
As was Tampa.
Tampa was really neat.
Tampa was awesome.
Because they got the whole outdoor thing going on.
Right, because it was 80 degrees in January.
I feel like Florida, the Panthers don't get enough credit.
I agree.
Because the end game was really fun. They have, like, hype people, more so even than the Blackhawks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need more credit for their end game entertainment.
Right, everybody harps on them because nobody goes, but, like, I don't really understand why nobody goes.
Me either.
It was a good experience.
Yeah.
I
guess just because it's kind of in the middle of nowhere in Sunrise.
Yeah.
Maybe if they were in Miami, it would get more of a draw.
I guess.
Maybe not.
It's not that far.
It's not. It's really not. They should just move to Orlando, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe.
They might get better reception.
Oh, I'm sure they would, but Colorado was cool.
It was.
I can't tell if I just liked it because Fink was there or...
I know, right?
If it was... That's the only one we've been to with another person, isn't it?
Yeah.
Huh. So
That's
it's hard.
weird.
It's hard to get like an actual gauge.
Well, no, because we went with your brother.
Oh, that's true.
To both St. Louis games and Nashville.
And Nashville.
Wow, look at us.
Whoops. Well, okay.
Yeah, but that's St. Louis and Nashville. That doesn't count.
Right, because we didn't like those experiences.
Exactly.
Okay, so maybe Colorado just was a good experience.
Maybe.
Okay, I'll take it. I would go again.
But you also like Colorado more than the Blues and the Preds anyway, so...
You're not wrong. Pittsburgh was better than I expected it to be.
Yeah. And they had those tasty shakes.
They
have a dumb goal song, though.
What was it?
Didn't it jump around?
Yeah. So I just felt like I was at an Ice Hogs game.
Yeah. It was bad.
It was really dumb. They need to...
And Sidney Crosby got in a fight.
He did. That was very odd.
And goalie Elvis did not have a good game.
No. And then the whole Elvis has left the building thing.
Oh, God!
We thought that was a dig at him. But apparently that's just what the announcer says every time they win. I mean,
it would have been pretty genius, but... they're not that smart, I guess.
No. And then the island was just... We went
Weird.
on no sleep, so...
everybody was eating sandwiches!
So many sandwiches!
It
was just a very odd experience. I'm not really sure. So...
I don't know, the Joe was pretty cool.
The Joe was cool, not even just historically. It was just...
Yeah.
Besides the fact that the concourse was tiny and you could not move within it, I had to go to the bathroom at one point and literally it was at a standstill. You couldn't get through the concourse.
It was crazy. It was a good game though. We saw Toronto there and the dueling chants.
That's actually on my little thing.
But then my brakes went out and we had to get those replaced before going to the game. So
yeah, you were panicking real hard.
They were like,
I was like,
what is that?
That's the sound that bad brake pads make.
I did not like that at all. And nothing was open.
No, we had to go to some sketchy little
totally
corner shop. Yeah.
Oh, God. Yes.
I don't even really remember Little Caesars Arena.
Me either.
Okay. At least I'm not alone there.
I know we saw the Blue Jackets just because it popped up in my time hop. Right. And I was like, when did we go to Columbus in November? I'm like, we didn't. We saw them play.
Yep.
In Detroit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about Little Caesars Arena other than parking was $50.
Yeah, there was that.
I do remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And we went in the wrong door the first time. And they were like, this is for special people. Like, what
You're right. I forgot about that.
Just let me in. It's cold.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have a special ticket.
My next bullet point was the Leafs / Wings rivalry chant at the Joe.
Yes.
The Leafs won that, by the way.
They sure did. And they won the game.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh. Well, they also won the chanting.
Well,
so.
you know.
Was that the first time we went to Detroit?
Yeah.
For the game?
Uh-huh.
Huh. That was the first time we saw Canada.
Yeah.
The bridge to Canada.
My caption on Instagram was the Leafs won and I can see Canada from here.
Perfect.
Okay, the next bullet point is the 2017-2018 Ice Hogs playoff run.
Oh, sweeping Chicago!
Because that was just...
And Manitoba, right? It was Manitoba?
Yeah, we swept the Moose.
Yeah.
That team was just so damn special.
Oh, they were.
It was really once-in-a-lifetime type stuff. It was so much fun. That team was just fun.
It was.
Maybe not during the regular season, but once they got on that swing,
oh
my God,
with
that was
Sveti
incredible.
and Franzen on D and D Domenico.
Long D! Ah, man, I miss them so much. That was a time.
It was.
It was a good time.
Jeff Glass and Colin. And then fucking Texas. Mike McKenna, pay no mind that I like your stupid podcast.
Right, I was gonna say, now I listen to your podcast, but I hate that you killed us.
At least the Leafs beat you in the final.
Right. Starting this podcast with my best friend. Hey.
Yay.
Starting the annual February trip to Columbus tradition.
Yes.
This will be our 5th year once we get tickets.
That's so crazy.
Yes.
It's just such a good trip.
It is.
I like Columbus.
Yeah, it's an easy drive, and it's a nice city.
And Timmy's is there.
Timmy's.
Oh, that's the first place I had Timmy's.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, I was so excited. I was like, there's a Tim Hortons! And they used to have the poutine, but then they got rid of it.
They got rid of the poutine.
Oh, it was so good.
It was very good.
Oh, it was so good.
So good.
I'm upset now.
Getting to witness the night and day switch from Ted Dent to Jeremy Colleton.
Oh, God.
That was a hell of a change.
It was.
Man.
Oh, it was.
Sometimes a coach change is just all a team needs.
Yeah.
And sometimes it switches right back when you go from Jeremy Colleton to our current Derek King.
He's been better.
But it's been better.
It's been a lot better.
So maybe he found his little niche.
Maybe. But then the Blackhawks took all of our players.
Yes. And I will not blame him. And he has been talking about watching tape. in his
What?
game.
He's learning.
Yes. So
Good.
I will give him some credit.
Yes.
I don't hate him as much as I used to.
I won't judge him while the Hawks have all of our players.
Beating the Stars in the home opener after they knocked us out of our legendary playoff run.
Yes.
That was nice.
That's satisfying.
That was very nice. Getting my little brother Eddie into hockey.
Yes!
That just makes my heart happy.
Yes.
That we have something we can connect over.
Yep.
All of the amazing opportunities we've been given as season ticket holders for the Hawks.
Seriously.
We've been to so many meet and greets.
So many. And
So
the dinners and got so many signings.
It's just so many cool events, like from warm-ups in the penalty box to being in the player tunnel to just being part of this big hockey family. Like
seriously.
I will give most of them credit. Most of the season ticket holders.
Yes.
We're so supportive of each other. And just
most.
If anybody's not doing well or can't make it to a game or needs anything or they like any of the giveaways, if they can't make it and somebody doesn't want theirs, they give it up. And it just, they're so, it really is like a big family.
It is.
We joke around a lot about the season ticket holders not being reasonable.
Well, yeah, but most of the bad ones have blocked us now, so we only see
Exactly.
See, this is why I have to stir the pot. I've got to weed out the bad ones.
Get them to block us.
Exactly, and it's very easy to do, I must say.
Getting to witness so many of our babies move up to the big league.
Yes.
So many proud mom moments.
Gilby getting his first NHL goal on
We
Friday.
got to witness Forsling
getting
his first
against
NHL
Montreal
goal too. Yeah.
That was Shaw's first game back at the United Center when he was with Montreal.
Yeah. And just getting to see so many goalies.
So many goalies.
Just all of the AHL goalies that come to the
weird goalies. The very weird
and
goalies.
all of the goalies that we've had over the years.
Yep. And Bennington throwing his little bitch fits.
Yeah.
He's
we
a
had
little
a big
bitch.
brawl.
Yep. And JoJo really didn't want to fight him.
Not at all. He was slowly removing
article.
Like, do I really have to do
I
this
really
guy?
have to? While Labrie is over there giving Bennington hell.
Yeah.
I miss PC.
Me too. But yeah, that was the end of my list.
It's been a very interesting 5 years.
5 years for us as a whole.
Yes,
together.
As a
unit.
Yeah. As a unit. It's been 5 years of hockey.
Mm-hmm.
When you said that I couldn't get you into it, I'm just going to
wrong.
keep going back to that because it's so funny.
I was so wrong.
You were so very, very wrong.
I just couldn't picture it at all. And then suddenly, everything was clear.
And now everything is ice
hockey.
And hockey. Oh, it's so crazy. I wonder... We have to see an Ice Hogs Calder Cup win in the 2020s.
Yeah.
Or I might lose my mind.
It'll happen.
It has
It's happening this year.
Oh, shit.
Well, next year. This season.
It's like next year in 2 days.
Not even. It's like, what time is it?
It's like a day and a
Like
couple hours.
Day and 3 hours.
Ah!
27 hours, it'll be 2020.
Oh, that's weird.
It's exactly 9 o'clock right now.
It is. Wow, that's weird.
Yeah. Man. 27 hours till 2020.
That's crazy. I wonder if we'll see any more Blackhawks success in the 20s.
Are they gonna do it or are they gonna burn it all down?
I don't know. They got to do a little bit of both, you know?
Mm-hmm. Gotta find that balance.
Yeah, but we have the beginning of a new core.
Mm-hmm.
We have DeBrincat.
Yeah, we've got a lot of youngsters.
We have Kirby.
Yeah.
We have Boquist.
Mm-hmm.
Bowden.
Mm-hmm.
Gilby, if he sticks around.
I'm sure he will. I hope he will.
If Gravel ends up being a good goalie.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Kevin or Colin. They're both still young.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some pieces.
Absolutely.
If Yoni can keep progressing. And then we have Ian Mitchell. And there's a bunch of guys. You just never really know who's going to pan out. As we saw from all of these drafts, how many of these players do we actually still have?
That's crazy to look back at all of the
Isn't
drafts
it?
that we've had and all of the names that have come through.
It is.
Wow, over the past decade.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's so many names I just totally forgot about.
Right.
I was like, whoa! I forgot about
10
that.
years is a long time.
It is a long time. And you think back and you're like, oh yeah, the first Blackhawks Cup win, and then you don't think about everything that's happened in between that
yeah.
and now. And just the roster that was on that 2010 team. I will read it to you. So this is the roster for the 2009-2010 season.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I don't think so.
We have... Well, I'll read the playoff roster
Okay.
because...
Regular season doesn't matter.
Yeah. We have Jonathan Toews, Patrick Kane, Patrick Sharp, Duncan Keith, Dave Bolin, Dustin Byfuglien, Marian Hossa, Christopher Stieg, Brent Seabrook, Nicholas Hjalmarsson, Troy Brouwer, Brent Sopel, Thomas Kopecky, Andrew Ladd, Brian Campbell, Ben Eager, John Madden, Brian Bickle, Colin Fraser, Nick Boynton, Adam Burish, and Jordan Hendry.
Wow.
And then Antti Niemi and Cristobal Hewitt in net.
Man.
Yeah.
That was a decade ago.
That was a decade ago.
Jeez.
That's just mind-blowing.
It is.
And then comparing that to this year's roster, we have Patrick Kane, Jonathan Toews, Alex DeBrincat, Dylan Strome, Brandon Saad, Dominic Kubalik, Eric Gustafsson, Alex Nylander, Kirby Dach, David Kampf, Andrew Shaw, Ryan Carpenter, Connor Murphy, Duncan Keith, Oli Mata, Zach Smith, Calvin DeHaan, Brent Seabrook, Drake Caggiula, Dennis Gilbert, Adam Boquist, Slater Cuckoo, Matthew Highmore, John Quenneville, Anton Vadine, and Dylan Sekera.
Man.
And then Robin Lehner and Corey Crawford.
Wow.
There's like 4 guys that were the same.
Wow.
And Corey was with the team, but he didn't play in the playoff.
Yeah.
It's just insane how much can
Jeez.
change. But we've kept the core 4 together with Kane, Toews, and Keith and Seabrook, and that's why you don't want to see Seabrook fizzle out like that, just because of what he's meant to this organization.
Oh, man.
Because he was one of the biggest reasons that we won 3 Stanley Cups, along with Hossa and, of course, Toews and Kane and Keith. But, yeah, so it sucks to see him fizzling out. Maybe the surgeries can rejuvenate him, but I don't really. I'm not going to hold my breath on that one.
Right.
But it sucks when injuries take you out instead of just
going out on your own terms.
Yeah. But hopefully in the 20s we have some roaring success in both
I see what you did there.
Chicago and in Rockford. Please, God, give us a Calder Cup in the next decade.
Please, please, please.
Oh, God, please give us a Calder.
I beg of you.
Oh, God. Ugh. We need it. We need it so bad. Maybe everybody will get along if we have a Calder.
World peace.
World peace if we have the Calder Cup here in Rockford. But on that note, this is the last podcast of the decade of 2019, of the 2010s.
The 2010s.
It's kind of sad closing the chapter on the 2010s.
It
and
is.
all of the hockey stuff that's happened in between it.
Yeah, because it's like you doubt that this next decade is going to include as much like goodness.
I don't think there's any way it can.
No, that would be insane.
Yeah, it would. I don't think we're going to see another 3 and 6.
Probably not. But you never know.
I mean,
it is hockey.
Stranger things have happened, especially with this stupid organization.
Yeah.
But man, I'm interested to see who the dominant team of the 20s is going to be.
Oh man, I'm so excited.
Yeah, because it was definitely the Hawks for the 10s. I mean, you had...
Not if you look at the top 10 player list, but you know.
God. But then NBC Sports had their bracket for the top teams, and the 2 final teams are Chicago.
Both Chicago, yeah. But,
I don't
you know, Kane wasn't on either of those teams, so.
No, of course not. He wasn't
joke.
integral to 3 Stanley Cups. God. But yeah, it was definitely the Hawks in the 10s. You had LA and Pittsburgh both with 2 cups, but I guess Pittsburgh went back-to-back, but
Still.
yeah.
We got 3.
3 and 6.
Yep.
Their other one was in 2009. It
Doesn't count. Not in this decade.
Man, so that closes the chapter on the 2010s for the Blackhawks and the Ice Hogs. We can only hope for better in the 20s for the Ice Hogs.
Please.
And for
Something good.
something good for the Hawks. Hopefully Robin Lehner resigns.
Oh, that'd
and
be great.
Kirby sticks around and Boquist sticks around and Ian Mitchell signs and Oh, God.
Yeah, let's.
Oh, God. I'm
build
panicking
this.
now.
Let's build this.
I'm going into the 20s panicking.
That's not a good way to start.
It's not.
It's okay.
It's fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.